The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School football starts now.
An uncharacteristic balmy November Friday paints the backdrop for round one of the Kentucky High School football playoffs from Lexington. It's 6A action with George Rogers Clark tangling with Tates Creek. Hello and welcome with Rick Reams. I'm Chris Labar. It's great to have you with us. There's a lot of action in round one. We might have the most competitive affair.
Yeah, this should be a really, really good game. Both teams on winning streaks with Tates Creek 3 in a row, George Rogers Clark with 2 in a row. These teams are peaking. There's got some circumstances that are a little bit different tonight with these teams that we'll be talking about in a little bit, but it should be a great game, and this is where you take your season. You either win and play on, or you lose this game and your season's over with, and you think of what could have been, what should have been, but you got to leave everything out on the field tonight.
The winner will take on the winner of Lafayette and Bryan Station. You can check the bottom of our screen tonight. We will update the ticker. There is lots going on. This GRC team, you look at the litmus, they're 7-3, but only dressing 37 players, ravaged by the flu bug.
Yeah, you'll hear in Coach Cherico's interview that I did with him, he talks a little bit about that. But, yeah, their school system was out today and are going to be out on Monday. And it's just not in the schools, but it's throughout the system. The flu bug has really hit them. So they're going to be playing shorthanded. And, you know, sometimes, Chris, that can work for you to your advantage because you got to come together as a team and play. But you also have to have the right players who can play. So tonight's going to be an interesting mixed match of those that have experience, and then we're going to see some that have not been on the field much.
Nice win for them last week versus Connor in the shutout win, 413 yards of offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that Tates Creek has to really think about and work on, is to stop that offense. A lot of the offensive players are still going to play tonight, so it's not that George Rogers Clark is going to be left totally empty, but it's just going to be one of those games. But I'm sure they would love to put that many points on the board tonight and see what Tates Creek can do to match it.
This Creek team, they're 4-6, coached by Jonathan Hawks, and they had a very tough stretch middle of the season, but since this team seems like they're a different group.
Yeah, and it's very interesting that their losses have come to schools in the divisions lower than theirs. But, you know, I talked about this all year, and that is the fact that you want to be peaking at this time of the year, and that's exactly what Tates Creek's doing. You have a rough run in the middle of the season. As a coach, you can tell your kids, keep working, because it's going to work out. And for Tates Creek, it has worked out.
Nice win at Boone County in northern Kentucky as you see the lopsided affair, and this team has a lot of threats at the skill positions.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to be fun to watch. It's exciting to see that. What makes it hard on a defense is who are you going to focus on, who you're going to try to stop, because there's just not one player that if you can stop them, you can stop this offense.
It is a perfect night for football. Temps in the mid-60s. It will dip into the mid-50s, perhaps upper 50s before we sign off later this evening. Up next, Rick will connect with Joe Cherico. He is in year 2 of George Rogers Clark. That conversation when we come back to Lexington after this.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by The Prescription Pad, a modern pharmacy with old school values. At 465 Keene Center Drive in Nicholasville. Phone 859-887-2841 or go online to prescriptionpad.net.
Coach, usually at this time of year, you worried about injuries. So it's been a long, hard year. But y'all dealing with a little bit more tonight. Why don't you talk about that just a little bit if you don't mind?
We just had a flu bug going through Clark County, and, it's affected a lot of people in the county, a lot of students, and some of our guys fell in part of that. So, but, we'll play as hard as we can, do the best we can, and see what happens.
Yeah, so it's the first round of the playoffs. This is always the time of year. You lose and you go home, you win, you keep on playing. So how do you get your kids knowing that you're missing some players? What are you telling your kids about tonight's game?
We don't talk about who's not here. We talk about who's here. And if it's your time, answer the phone. It's go make a play. Go do your job. So, I hate it. Kids are sick or this or that, but we got to play. That's bottom line.
Absolutely. So what do you expect to see from Tates Creek tonight?
A lot of speed, a lot of physicality, good football team. Just a really good football team. They're second in their district for a reason.
Yeah. So you all are on a 2-game winning streak. They're on a 3-game winning streak. What do you attribute your winning streak to? Are y'all doing something different, better at the end of the year, or just does it all come together?
Kids work hard and they do their job, and we've been fortunate enough to get a couple of wins in a row. So, that's what I attribute it to. My coaches work hard, these players work hard, and it's an exciting time to be a Cardinal.
Yeah, absolutely. So with some of your players tonight, will we see some younger guys out here, or is it just guys maybe that don't have as much experience? Or
you never know what you're going to see. Honestly, we have an idea of what we're going to do, who's going where, and but do I know for certain? No, not just yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of times I know with the sports I played, sometimes an opportunity like this, as you said earlier, answer the phone, it opens some doors. And
right.
I mean, not only for if you have younger players, not only this year, but for the coming years, they can show what they can do.
100%. It's your opportunity to go play.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for our team to just get an opportunity here in the playoffs and against a great Tates Creek team, and see what happens and play hard. If you play hard and whatever, then you can lay your head down at night and say, I did everything I could do.
Yeah, I think to me, that's the whole value of sports. You do as much as you can do. If the other team does more, that's
right.
the case, but you can go to bed knowing I did my best.
I gave everything I had. Right, correct.
Well, Coach, I hope we see that tonight. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
That was Coach.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessaminehealth.org/wellness.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Our producer tonight is Jackson Miller, Joe Ohm Yellen on camera. I'm Chris LaBar along with Rick Reams, George Rogers Clark, and Tates Creek. They will kick in 18 minutes. Turnovers a big factor in this game, and GRC having a lot of luck with takeaways, Rick.
Yeah, they're +8 in that category, and I think that's something that they want to continue that trend. We're going to see in the keys to the game, Tates Creek's at -8. So, it's one of those things where you want to take care of the ball, and George Rogers Clark has been much better at getting the ball on the field or in the interception from the opposing teams as Tates Creek has.
And despite a depleted unit tonight, they still can score the ball, if you will, averaging well over 30 a game.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Tates Creek's defense is going to have to show up tonight. We'll hear from Tates Creek's coach. I'm not sure how much they know about the illnesses and everything going on, but if you're that coach, you just assume your kids not know that because you want to come out here, execute your defensive plan, and get that average down. Do not let this team score almost 30 points against you.
Let's talk in more depth about the keys to the game from CSL Plasma. Become a plasma donor today and help save lives with 2 locations in Lexington. We've already talked about the turnovers. What else stands out?
Well, I think one that we're not going to see on the screen is how's Clark County going to play tonight with their players. So that's going to be a big one. But, we need to talk about also that George Rogers Clark, they have got to try to contain Keyshawn Douthwaite, just a great athlete for Tates Creek, one of those players that you've got to look at, see how you can take care of him. He's got 35 receptions for 513 yards, 8 touchdowns. Just a kid you've really got to watch out for. Another thing where these games, especially playoff games, come down to such close margins sometimes, you don't want to leave any points on the field. GRC has a 95% extra point rate, whereas Tates Creek's only at a 73%. And I'll tell you what, that can make a huge difference because 1 point is all you need to go on to the next week. And the final thing, I think it's going to be a double thing for George Rogers Clark. First of all, come out here and show them that you can play even though you're not at full strength and end another team's season on their home field and just build from that into the playoffs from here on out.
This GRC team started out so strongly this season, then they got in the midst of their schedule, a very difficult district with Bryan Station and Madison Central, but since similar to Tates Creek, they play quite well.
And exactly, and that's what they wanted to do. You're ending on an uptick. You're getting those 2 wins. And really, Chris, even those games you lose earlier in the year to teams like Madison Central and Bryan Station, you can still build from that. You get experience playing against tough teams. So they're not going to come in here tonight scared of anything because they have faced those battles before.
George Rogers Clark and Tates Creek. There are many games going on in Central Kentucky. We will update you throughout the evening at the ticker at the bottom of our screen. Up next, I'll catch up with Tates Creek first-year head coach Jonathan Hawks. He was hired January 28th, and since he has been a man on a mission trying to rebuild and revitalize this Commodore program. That conversation when we come back after this on Glycod.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small-town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Opening round of the 6A playoffs in Lexington, Tates Creek takes on George Rogers Clark. Jonathan Hawks, first-year head coach at Tates Creek, joins me. Should be a very competitive matchup. Your thoughts going into round one, Coach?
Just feel like we're finally catching our stride as a team. We've been playing a lot better ball over the last 3 to 4 weeks. We've had some difficult games early in the year, and the team just is starting to buy into that us mentality, understanding that we got to play together in order for us to do the things that we say we want to do as a collective group.
You had a middle segment of the year with Frederick Douglass, Woodford County, Lex Cath. What did you learn during that tough stretch?
To be honest, Mercer County actually helped me learn what kind of team I have. Mm-hmm. And so, we just played some more difficult opponents after we got, through that gauntlet with Frederick Douglass and Catholic and Woodford County. Those games really brought me up. It made me a better coach, because during that time period, I was able to actually pay attention to the little things that I need to do as a coach, even to continue to tighten up that group. So it was good.
Andrew Witherington, a junior, but yet he's played now for 3 years. How has he developed in his junior year?
He's doing a really good job of just understanding his things that he should pay attention to. Like he's hard on himself, so he's doing a better job this year of really calming down and understanding, like, control what you can control and let everybody else just kind of be the leader that we need you to be and lead your group. You know what I mean? You've
got a nice nucleus around him with skilled players. How have they played this year?
They've all started to step up. They all started to become even more engaged into the process of what we're trying to do. Keyshawn Douthit, one of our better receivers, he's starting to really take on that leadership role as a skilled player. But even Marquavion Smith, number 7, he's starting to show his dominance as well. And so all these guys are starting to gain that confidence. It feels like we finally found some stride and some confidence, over the last 3 to 4 weeks.
GRC, a flu-ridden coach, they're only going to dress 37 tonight. How do you assess what they bring to the table? You can't take them, you can't take them lightly, because them guys are 7-3 for a reason, and they won some really tough games. So it's on us. We got to come out with a dog mentality and really take it to the level that we know we can play at. If we was down 37 players or if we were down 5 players, it don't matter. People are going to still bring it to us. So, it's on us to keep our energy up and play hard. I appreciate the time. Good luck, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, now.
Jonathan Hawks, head coach at Tates Creek. We'll be right back after this.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back to Lexington, it's George Rogers Clark ahead of Tates Creek. 8 minutes before we kick things off. And Rick, we talked a couple times, lots going on. What stands out tonight in round one of the playoffs elsewhere?
There's a lot of teams out there that are playing that should be some lopsided games just with the seeding. Kind of looking over the schedule tonight, I think we talked about this last week at Boyle County, and unfortunately it came true. You don't want to get your players hurt tonight, and that's what happens sometimes in these games. So I think it's important to just see with the games that are going on how the leading teams. I mean, look, some of the Lexington School Sayers playing at Harlan tonight. You've got Bryan Station and Lafayette. That really shouldn't be much of a matchup there. Lafayette's kind of fallen on hard times, but I think that's a game to keep your eye on just because the winner of this game will play that team. So you want to kind of see just even by score, is Bryan Station, if Lafayette's able to stop them at all. So I think that's some good games. I mean, there's great games in Louisville. There's great games all across the state. And I mean, I tell you what, this is what high school football is all about.
It sure is. And the 1 versus 4 matchup, there's so many of those. We had a devil of a time picking a competitive game in this area. We settled on this one. Should be a great game. But with KHSAA having the format, so many teams make the playoffs, there will be ample lopsided affairs tonight.
Yeah. And, you can see it both ways. One, I'm glad that so many teams get to be in the playoffs. They get to experience that. But it also makes for less than exciting games. As you said, it's kind of sometimes tough to see these games because, honestly, a lot of these games are going to end up with a continuous running clock just because some of these teams are so much more powerful than the teams they're playing.
Let's take a look at the playoff past for both these programs and both teams with a state championship under their belt.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great history, and that's what you want to build on. You have a second-year coach at Clark County, or George Rogers Clark, I'm going to say that all night. That's what I grew up with. And then you also have a first-year coach at Tates Creek. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring that tradition back. Lexington football at this time right now, if you're honest, you have Frederick Douglass that's on one high level. Then you go to Bryan Station, and then really you go way down to the others. So all these schools are trying to build themselves back up. I mean, you're even seeing George Rogers Clark has a transfer transfer from Frederick Douglass playing quarterback for them. So, it's one of those things. You're trying to get your programs back where they were before. And, honestly, with the number of kids in the schools at both of these schools and the coaches they have, I think they're on the right trajectory.
And Tates Creek, to your credit and to your point, Jonathan Hawks, what he's done in this first year of the program, inherited a program that was down, this team getting better and better. And he's got the numbers to back it up, 75 kids in the program. And you and I both know this, to have success at the 6A level, you've got to have the bodies.
Yeah, and I think that's what happens. As your team starts to suffer more and more on the field, less players come out. But I think Coach Hawks mentioned something that I think is so important, and that is his players are starting to understand and buy into his system. And that is the key right there, is to understand and buy into the system, because these kids have a new coach. You've got to sit there and think that, does my coach really know what he's doing? Can we trust him? And I think at this point, he's starting to see that, yes, they can trust him.
Yeah, Tates Creek winners 1972 for their lone state championship. Moment of silence. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
From Glycod, it's R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football. R.J. Corman Railroad Group in Nicholasville, serving the railroad industry since 1973. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Agents Sean Atkinson and Kyle Rowe, big on commitment. Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. The Jessamine County Health Department, jessaminehealth.org. The Prescription Pad, your local pharmacy in Nicholasville. Elite Building Products for all your window, door, and siding needs. CHI St. Joseph Jessamine and Citizens National Bank. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football.
And a pleasant good evening back in Lexington. Tates Creek High School, the site for round one of the 6A playoffs. George Rogers Clark and Tates Creek. Chris LeBar alongside Rick Reams. The winner will take on the winner of Lafayette and Bryan Station. That game in round two will occur next Friday night. So the long journey to Kroger Field begins tonight.
Yeah, this is the start of it. I mean, it's an exciting time. I can't believe we're already here. And as you said earlier, the weather's throwing me off even more. I'm used to you and I freezing at these games by this time, but tonight's the night. You got to lay it all out on the line. And the reason they play these 1 versus 4 games is upsets can happen. So you just don't let the number 1 seed go on. So tonight, at least, every team in the playoffs still has life.
And there's a lot of optimism, and we will read tomorrow, perhaps late tonight on Twitter, somebody will spring a huge upset throughout the state. There'll be a lot of lopsided ones, but one team well under 500 will have that huge, huge win.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what these coaches, the coaches that are the 4 seeds, that's what they're building on. They are saying that there is a chance that they are going to have a huge upset. And I think, UK used to say this, football was, why not us? And I think that's what the coaches are going to say tonight. Why not us? We can come out here and we can get an upset. And I know Coach Cherico is saying the same thing for his GRC Cardinals. and that is the fact, yeah, we may be, down players, but why not us? We can come and win this game, and that's why they're here.
Tates Creek leads the overall series, as you see with George Rogers Clark winning 2 in succession. Tates Creek taking the field, and a perfect night for football. Temps in the low 60s. We will dip down to the 50s before we conclude play, and momentarily there will be a coin toss at midfield. The officials being announced as well, and a great feat for them because not all the officials make it to the postseason round. So the quintet assigned tonight, a great caveat for them to work deep into November.
Yeah, and especially with the official shortage. I mean, I'm impressed that they have these guys out here. But like you say, they're judged every game just like teams are judged. And if you do the best, then you get to keep on refereeing. And the guys tonight, they've had a good year of refereeing, and they're going to continue.
It'll be Howie Boggs leading the quintet, and he'll have the white hat tonight. So GRC and Tates Creek, we are live on Glycod.com. Great to have you alongside. Thanks to all the great folks at FCPS and Associate Athletic Director Larry Pointer here at Tates Creek, as well as AD Paige Portman for allowing us to present this publication and production for you tonight.
Should be a great night, and Tates Creek's going to be kicking off, so GRC will get the ball first. So we're going to get to see if they're shorthanded, if that affects them at all.
Tates Creek's Emmanuel Castro will kick off.
Just watching him warm-ups, he was out there cooking from 45, 50 yards. He made some of those, so we're going to see someone with a big leg.
Washington and Davis set to return for George Rogers Clark. And here we go. A hooking low kick. And it will be scooped up by Davis as Davis sprints across the 25. And line of scrimmage marked about the 26-yard line for this GRC offense. Coordinated by Jordan Ray. Again, an offense averaging 36 points per game. Quarterback is Tyleek Maxwell, 6'3", 180-pound senior. Frederick Douglass, player the last 3 years. And he will start this season for GRC with a very skillful receiving and running back core. Kalen Washington, the featured back, 200-pound sophomore, just short of 1,000 rush yards, and he'll be stationed, as you see to the left of Maxwell, who's in the gun. And an inside handoff to Washington, and he'll slither across the 30 to the 32, and a nice 5-yard pickup, Rick, on first down.
Yeah, that's what GRC wants to do. They're not going to, if you can get a big play, take it, but just chew little pieces of yardage up, get second and manageable. And it's going to be interesting because, Tates Creek's defense, we talked about earlier, they allow 28.9 points a game. Are they going to be able to slow down this Clark County or GRC offense?
Cardinal receiving core includes Zayden Turner, Tate Spade, and Jalen Berry. Berry, their tight end, and second leading receiver at 16 grabs on the year. Second down and short. Inside handoff, and Washington stood up, and Kobe Middleton comes in with the chip, and it will be no gain.
Yeah, great defense there. They just gang tackled him at the line. So you're going to get a third. It's going to be interesting here because if you're Clark County, you want to try to get as many possessions as you can, but keep those possessions long since you're a little shorthanded. And Tates Creek wants to get this game started off with a 3-and-out.
Commodore defense, Elliott, Jackson, Durham, and Wynn, the 4-down linemen with Siegler, Wright, and linebacker Logan Julian. Corners are Cooper Jackson and Cartez Guy, Stephen Jones, and Kobe Middleton, fresh off 2 takeaways last week as the safety. So third down and short, and there is a penalty.
Yeah, GRC moved one of the linemen. So that, again, that's going to be a tough thing if you have players not used to this situation and kind of get ready to get that block a little early.
In the roster we were sent this morning, there were about 8 freshmen that were part of the 37 student travel unit tonight. So a lot of youth for Coach Cherico, trying to do the best he can with the circumstances at hand and field a competitive team here in the playoffs. So GRC behind the sticks now, third down and 6. First drive of the game. Maxwell in the gun now. Washington will pivot to the right. And Maxwell on a swing pass. Washington stood up, and he will be well short of a first down.
Great tackle there. Hit him right in his chest. You know, if you watch the guy's stomach, that's not going to lie to you. And he hit him right there and take him down, like you said, for a very short game. This is exactly how Tates Creek wanted to start the game, a 3-and-out.
Logan Julian credited with the stop, his 78th tackle of the year. Only a junior, one of the Fayette County's top defensive players.
Yeah, you could see why there. He was excellent on that play. Just stayed home and made the tackle.
Clay Turley is the GRC punter, and he's going to stay on the sideline as the Cardinals go for it on 4th down and 4 with trips to the near side.
I think they're going to try to draw them off sides. I'd be surprised if they snap this one.
Maxwell not certainly in the position to field a snap. And Coach Reams is spot on again as GRC will call timeout. Oh, no, they won't. They'll keep the timeout and instead take the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I think that was the thinking. Don't burn a timeout. Let's just see if we can get them to jump. And in the whole scheme of things, 5 yards is not going to make that big of a difference. But I tell you what, with an inexperienced team, even a long snap could be interesting tonight, Chris.
So the Cardinals concede 5 yards. In steps Clay Turley. He moonlights as punter and kicker, a fantastic place kicker. And a high kick. And that ball is going to be knocked down just across the 50. And Tates Creek will have it about their 48-yard line. So unofficially about a 23-yard punt. And the Commodores with very good field position.
Yeah, it was great start for Tates Creek. Get that 3-and-out, 5-yard penalty. Then that kick, just like you said, went higher than it did long. And Tates Creek's got great field position. I know they want to get a score here and just get this ball rolling.
Andrew Witherington, 3-year contributor as a junior, as the quarterback, 5'11", 155, 1,200 pass yards, 12 touchdowns, 10 picks. Marquavian Smith is the back, and he'll get the carry as Smith slices through the hole, and he'll take it to about the 45-yard line and a pickup of 6 yards.
Yeah, great start there. Just, like I say, get second and manageable, and that way it kind of opens your playbook up a little bit. But both these teams are trying to feel each other out, and right now GRC's defense is just seeing if they can get a stop and get the ball back for their offense.
Commodore offensive line has 3 juniors on the left side with Young and Elliott. Left tackle, left guard, respectively. Ishmael Simmons is the center, then 2 seniors on the right side. Anthony Maldonado, right guard. Grant Dickin at right tackle. We told you about Witherington. Theo Jones and Marquavian Smith will both touch the ball in the backfield with Keyshawn Douthit, the top Commodore receiver, alongside bruising Thomas Siegler. So 2nd down and 4 for the Commodores. And Smith gets the call again. And he'll be brought down for negligible gain back. Perhaps he lost a yard to the 46.
Yeah, again, a big, huge 3rd down for both these teams here. Both teams do not want to start off with a 3-and-out, or GRC would like to stop Tates Creek, but it's going to be interesting to see if they'll throw the ball down the field this time.
Cardinal defense led by both Hayden Heath and Landon Markham, both young men approaching 80 tackles on the year. In Heath's standpoint, 11 tackles for a loss, and Markham with 7 sacks. So that 2 of the top down linemen for GRC as it's 3rd down and 5 for the Commodores. Tates Creek forced to 3-and-out on the first drive. And now Witherington. We'll send Jason Bell in motion, and there is a pre-snap penalty.
It's going to be a delay of game. Back judge holds his hand up to let him know there's 10 seconds. There's not a game clock here, 30-second clock, which is a disadvantage for the offense. But once the back referee holds his arm up, that means there's 10 seconds left, and he counted that off.
So 3rd down and 10 on the Tates Creek menu. Clock idle at 6:57, opening quarter. Thomas Siegler splitting out far for the Commodores. And Marquavian Smith positioned to the left of Witherington, who's in the gun. And Witherington, a high snap. He's going to dump it short, and that ball caught, but short of a 1st down. Mason Jackson, about 3 yards short as he's brought down at the 45.
Yeah, they may be in 4-down territory here, Chris. I'm thinking what you do is you try to get half that yards back and go for it here.
Jackson's 11th grab of the year, and Tates Creek, much begrudgingly, will send on the punting unit. Emmanuel Castro. Again, both kickers with double duty between punting and kicking.
This would be a good time for Tates Creek to turn, flip the field and get them way down there.
Castro stepping into one, and it's a spinning kick hooking to the left, and it's going to steer inside the 10, and a beautiful roll down to the 3-yard line.
I don't think I've ever seen a ball roll that way, but you'll take that result. And talk about flipping the field, that's the exact way to do that.
That'll go on the books as a 42-yard punt, and GRC backed up inside their own 5-yard line.
Tough spot for this GRC team who's a little shorthanded, as we talked about. I think right now you're going to see a lot of the running game, maybe even get Maxwell out there to do some running on his own just to kind of open this field up.
Now Bryce Chestnut, another fixture with his GRC running game. He played the last couple of years at West Jessamine. He's a nice compliment. We'll see him in many formations as Maxwell this time crouched up under center. And Maxwell will leave it with the running back, and he'll power forward across the 5 to the 8-yard line, so Washington gets him out of the kitchen.
Yeah, that's one you want to give your quarterback a little bit of room where he's not having to throw out of the end zone, and also, as you said, even when under center there, not to have a bad snap in the shotgun.
The second down and 4. Washington heavily involved in the first few plays for this GRC offense. And we have a whistle.
Timeout, Tates Creek.
Tates Creek timeout. We will take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be second down and short here on Glycod.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back in Lexington, GRC Tates Creek. It is the opening round of the 6A playoffs, and GRC staring at 2nd and 4 after a Commodore timeout.
Yeah, there was definitely something that Tates Creek coaches saw that they did not like for their formation, for their defense. So go ahead and take a timeout, get that worked out, and let GRC go back at it.
This GRC offense with a lot of success through the air, especially early in the season. And Maxwell, he's shown you a little bit of everything. He's been in the gun this time for the second straight play. He's up under center. And a delay, handoff Washington, and that's Logan Julian again with a stop.
Yeah, did a great job just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Just a big hit. Julian got 3 back there and just hit him good, brought him down right there for a 3rd and long.
Under 5 now in this opening quarter. Got the sense from early in the week this would be a very competitive game. And certainly an evenly played start here tonight. Tates Creek High School, which, by the way, we'll talk about this great new complex, if you will. Gorgeous new high school. We'll talk more about that at halftime. And it's 3rd down and 4 as GRC tries to move the sticks. Here's an end-around handoff, and that's Chestnut slithering, and he's going to be close to a first down, but that ball popped out, and Tates Creek appears to have the turnover.
They do, and exactly one of the keys to the game we talked about is, are you going to be able to win the turnover battle? And Tates Creek with a huge takeaway there on the fumble recovery.
That was Cartez Guy, the corner, that came out with that loose ball as we get another look.
Good hit there, got that ball on the ground, and Tates Creek was right there to fall on it for a first down and at the 14-yard line.
Commodores perched inside the GRC red zone. Two receivers split out far. Smith again. And there is a second false start in this Creek offense.
Yeah, there's something going on. I'm not sure, you're hearing a lot these days about defenses trying to get offensive line to move, and that's twice now that Tates Creek has done that. That last one I thought was a delay of game. I think they called it both ways, but ended up calling a illegal procedure on Tates Creek then.
Be first down and 15, so Creek can get a first down. They're from the 16. There's a misdirection handoff to Smith, and he is reversing field looking for a block, and he'll take it out for about a yard gain after running on both quadrants of the field.
Yeah, he probably ran about the equivalent of 30 yards sideways to get that yard gain. But it was he should have been tackled behind the line. So just to get any gain at all was positive. But second and long here, you just don't want to waste this turnover opportunity that GRC has given you if you're Tates Creek.
Well, and thus far, Keyshawn Douthit yet to touch the ball for Creek. Again, he is their most prolific receiver, 35 grabs on the season. And he will be split out to the near side in one-on-one coverage on the short side. It's second down and 15 for Creek. From the 16, trying to capitalize on a fumble recovery. Witherington, three-step drop, guns it across, and that is incomplete on the carom.
Boy.
Trying to find Jason Bell.
He was wide open there. Should have made that catch. Sometimes you're trying to run with that ball before you catch it. Just don't watch it in, and I think that's what happened there.
So we get another look at that, and a little high, but that ball should have been brought down by Bell. It's third down and 15. Early, big play in this game. It's GRC's defense trying to force a field goal attempt after coughing it up inside their 20. Witherington heaves it across the middle and nearly picked off by Chestnut.
Should have been picked off there. He just didn't see him, saw his receiver breaking open and made that throw, but threw it right into coverage.
That looked like the same play call.
Yeah, the first one they had, and that one, boy, it should have really been intercepted there and gives Tates Creek an opportunity for a long field goal.
Manuel Castro, he has a long of 41. This one will be about a 31-yard attempt. Andrew Witherington is your holder. Officially, this a 34-yard field goal. And Castro's kick is up, and Tates Creek is on the board.
Plenty of leg there. Great job by Tates Creek. But if you're GRC, you got to almost take that as a positive. You held them to a field goal, which is exactly what you could have only hoped for. They're giving the ball up at about the 18-yard line. So good job by GRC, but it just shows that the kicking game in high school is so important. I tell you, when I was around Chris in my younger years, the kicking game was non-existent. So to see these kickers they have now is amazing.
Well, and great unit there, special teams, the snap and the hold. And Tates Creek with a huge early play, and GRC will have the football under 4 minutes now in this opening quarter.
Yeah, just a huge play there in the last series with GRC. They had the first down before the fumble came up, gave that ball to Tates Creek, made that field goal. So now GRC wants to get on the board themselves and not have another 3 and out or another mistake.
Davis and Washington back to return for the Cardinals. And Castro, again, will lace it up for this Tates Creek Commodore group. Punishing deep kick, and it will catapult in for a touchback.
That he got all of it that time. His first kick went a little sideways, but that one was a good kick. Get it through the end zone, and GRC will have the ball at the 20-yard line.
Both quarterbacks, we're told, will play James Davis, the second one behind Maxwell. Davis perhaps a more polished passer, but Maxwell's such a great athlete. They will split him out everywhere, so I'm not sure if this is the sequence to do so, but do not at all be surprised to see both GRC quarterbacks play this evening.
Yeah, I think they're comfortable with both of them, so they're going to let them play, and like you say, that allows Maxwell to get out of a different position.
Washington off the field, Chestnut in, and he will be flagged to the right of Maxwell. And it's in the belly of Chestnut, and he'll be spun to the ground on a very slow developing play.
Yeah, that time you got to get to that hole quicker, and that time he just took too much time, gave the defense time to get there and just get a tackle for no gain or maybe even a little bit of a loss, it looks like.
Commodore defense very aggressive and to the ball very quickly.
Yeah, I think they may have heard some people talk about that's their weakness, and they're taking that personally, and they're going to show tonight that with the start of a new season with the playoffs, they're going to be a new defense.
Michael Wynn involved in that stop, his 17th of the season, so a loss of a yard officially. Second down and 11. Maxwell will scramble and dump it for an incomplete pass. That ball thrown right behind Turner, who was open in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's a tough play for these high school quarterbacks. They're just on the run. You've got to stop and set yourself, plant your feet to make that throw. And if not, that's exactly what happens. You throw it behind your receiver. And as you said, Chris, he was open and could have had a first down there.
Yeah, Turner, their top receiver, 31 grabs on the year. And he was in that open seam. So the Cardinals again facing third down and long. Third down and 11. From the 19. What will coordinator Jordan Ray dial up here is Maxwell. He's going to sling it to the stick. It's batted away and nearly intercepted. It was pinballed around not once but twice over there, and it will be incomplete. Logan Julian had the best shot at it.
Yeah, threw it right into coverage, and as you said, two Tates Creek guys were right there and just could not come down with it. But if you're Tates Creek's defense, you started off this first quarter with 2 3-and-outs and a fumble recovery. You've had a great night so far.
And Maxwell pouring that ball into at least double coverage. And Clay Turley back to punt once more. Keyshawn Douthit salivating for an opportunity just shy of the 50 as Turley will boom it. And a low belt buckle high kick gobbled up by Douthit. And Douthit sprinting far sideline looking for a block. And he'll be ushered out at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that was good coverage by GRC, but again, Tates Creek's going to start with the ball on the GRC side of the field, and that's exactly what this offense wants to do. Don't think they want to keep on settling for a field goal, see if they can't take this ball down and get a big lead and put GRC back on their heels.
You sense the enthusiasm on this Tates Creek sideline. You sense that they feel this is a great opportunity for this program to take the next step.
Yeah, and this is the next step to take to win this game, get into the second round of the playoffs. And then, as we said, each week you go further in. You never know what's going to happen.
Smith to the left of Witherington on that far side of the field. Nope, it's flipped to the far side. That's Theo Jones, I beg your pardon. And Jones tight ropes the far sideline. He's close to a first down.
Yeah, great play call there. Pitched it outside, let his blockers get out there, and gets 11 yards for a first down.
So Theo Jones, an outstanding running back in his own right, over 500 rush yards and 4 touchdowns, and a clever play call, Rick, on the short side of the field.
Yeah, just great play call there. As GRC just wasn't sure where to go with that, and Tates Creek's going to come up in a hurry and start it again.
Same formation on a recycling of downs. This time an indirect handoff. It's Smith with a stiff arm, and he's slung to the ground. He'll pick up a couple right at the 32-yard line. Hayden Heath with the tackle.
Yeah, good tackle there by him. Just threw him to the ground for a short gain.
Commodore offense retrieving the play call, second down and 8. Again, I feel like they think with the multitude of bodies in their favor tonight, they could have success running the football and perhaps wear the Cardinals down in this second half. We'll see if that's the formula. It's second down and long. Tiptoeing under 2 in the quarter. In the belly of Smith, he'll stagger across the 30, lower the shoulder. And he's about 3 yards shy of a first down.
Yeah, you have a good point there, Chris. I think what Tates Creek's doing is they're building towards the fourth quarter, and that is keep these GRC defenders on the field and get tired. And, as I was looking at the stats throughout the week, I had to throw a lot of them out because a lot of the defensive players for GRC are just not here tonight. So they're putting on a yeoman's effort, and they're going to call a timeout here.
Cardinal timeouts, 3rd down and 4 when we return. Back to Lexington on glycod.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Third down and 4 as we welcome you back to Tates Creek and a big early play late in this first quarter.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one for both teams. Tates Creek wants to keep this drive alive. GRC wants to get a stop. I think GRC is going to try to use their timeouts very, very advantageously, use them when needed. You don't want to use too many of them, but I think at that time they wanted to give their defense a little bit of a rest and make sure they were all on the same page.
Perhaps this is 4-down territory inside the 30. Siegler split out far as Witherington with the snap. He's going to stare it, and that is trouble. Intercepted down that far sideline. And in the field of play is GRC's Kamani John is going to take it all the way for 6.
That's exactly what GRC needed. Boy, I tell you what, big just watched his receiver the whole time, and that's what you cannot do. And just a great interception for a touchdown for GRC.
Kamani John, about a 70-yard pick 6 as we get another look, and he just stared down the receiver.
Yeah, you just can't afford to do that. Defensive back knew it was coming, waited, broke, and then made one player miss and then untouched into the end zone.
Looked like the Commodores on their side of the field had a chance to nudge John out of bounds, but he stayed in play. Both teams with an early turnover. And GRC trying to add one to the tally as Clay Turley on for the point after. A high snap, and Turley there will watch that ball squirt to the near sideline and finally covered up by the Maroon.
We talked about that as one of the keys to the game. This makes this a field goal game. Instead of a 7-3, it's a 6-3. And again, we talked about it before the game started. We weren't sure about these specialty teams. How does the long snapper, is it the same long snapper? Is your holder doing the same thing? So just a huge momentum there for GRC to score. But if you're Tates Creek's coaches, and here's the pass again, just looked him right down and got to right here, had a chance to at least get him out of bounds, but boy, there he goes for that long touchdown. And, again, we talked about it. Turnovers are going to be the difference in this game.
So both teams with the turnover, and Tates Creek with an opportunity. That is Witherington's 11th interception of the season. And Tates Creek get ready to return this kick.
As the fog is rolling in here, I'm glad we're not playing on Halloween. That'd be a little eerie, but it's a beautiful night for
it sure
football.
Is. And a great view here at Tates Creek High School. A lot of folks tuning in tonight on glycod.com. One of 4 that we're broadcasting. A couple big ones in Louisville featuring PRP and Mail. Also Seneca having a historic season in 5A. They're traveling to Bullitt Central. And also South Oldham at home taking on Western, that in 5A as well.
Little mess up. They didn't have a football to put on the tee, but now we're ready to play. I'd be remiss not to mention that we're in Roy Walton Stadium here at Tates Creek High School. He coached for many years and coached when I was in high school at Henry Clay and know his daughters very well. Went to school with both of them.
An icon in Central Kentucky football as Turley's kick. It will hook and evade. Douth it in for a touchback.
Yeah, that one in the high school game, we talk about this a lot, but the rule is a little bit different. Once that ball crosses the goal line, it's an automatic touchback. You cannot return it out of the end zone.
We'll see how this Tates Creek offense responds after the interception.
It's one, if you're Witherington, you've got to put that out of your mind. You've got to keep on playing. But what you can't do is you cannot stare that receiver down. That's exactly what he did. A good defensive back will just find that, key on that, and know when to break, and that's exactly what happened for GRC.
Backed up are the Commodores at their 20. This is their third drive of the game. They are backed up as it's first down and 10. Witherington leaves it with Smith. Smith slung down, and he's going to lose a couple. That was Kareem Garant with a stop.
Yeah, great stop. Just one-on-one tackle for a loss. And I tell you what, this GRC defense is doing a great job because Tates Creek, we said, had 2 possessions on the other side of 3 possessions almost at midfield or into GRC territory. And this one starting at the 20, and they get a 3-yard loss on that first play.
Garant, his 61st stop of the year. And the Commodores losing 3, second down and 13.
Tates Creek's going to have to watch. The official has put his arm up, so they're within 10 seconds.
Well, you might see some conservative play calls here as they're backed up. Bell sprinting in motion, and Witherington to the strong side. He's going to dump it short to Bell, rolling out of the backfield. A great play call, and Bell will fall forward to the 26, about 5 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, that's a great yardage, though, there. And Witherington did a good job. He turned his body, got his hips and his shoulders in line to make that good throw to get great positive yardage.
Third down and 5 when we come back. Both teams with an early turnover. 6-3 GRC.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Third down and 5 for Tates Creek from their 25. First play of the second quarter. Both teams with a first quarter miscue. 34-yard Castro Creek field goal, and then John a 70-plus yard interception return for a score. Douthit in motion and Witherington in the gun. Witherington rolling to the left, and he's going to heave it for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, good defense there. Had a little bit of time. He was getting rushed in the backfield, but just basically had to end up throwing that ball away. So a great stand there for GRC. Another 3 and out, and Tates Creek's going to have to give the ball back, punting.
Castro on. And Witherington forced deep out of the pocket. No other recourse but to pitch it out of play.
Smart play there, not to take the loss. Just go ahead and throw that ball out of bounds.
Zayden Turner sent deep to return for GRC. As Castro on to punt for the second time. Steps into one, and it is a short but high kick. And it will stay on the 50 and bounce backward. It'll be down at the 42 and about a 20-yard Castro punt.
Yeah, that's the second one that has spun that way. Maybe that's how he kicks all the time. But that time it had the opposite effect as the first one that spun all the way down to the 3-yard line. This one spun backwards. And like I say, a very short kick, which gives GRC the best field position of the night.
Yes, it will be their best field position. They'll mark it at the 42. As the Cardinals 7-3 coming in. A couple of difficult district setbacks to Bryan Station as well as Madison Central. As Chestnut positioned to the left, and he will get the call. Will the running back, as Chestnut dragging tacklers across the 40 to the 35, and a little bit of a different pace with Ian Washington in there.
Yeah, it's a lot different in GRC right now. Both of these teams at this point seem comfortable just to kind of gain yardage on the run and just throw as possibly needed.
Gain of about 4, second down and 6 on the Cardinal menu. 3 receivers decked out to the near side as the Cards will pass, and they will float in that ball caught by Turner, and Turner slices for a first down up to the 31-yard line, a pickup of 7.
Yeah, and a lot of those run plays set up something like that. You have a kind of a fake handoff there and throw it down the field. So as you said, though, Chris, this GRC team is very prolific at passing. So you're seeing with the lack of players that they're having to change their offense. And let's give these coaches a lot of credit to have to work on this at the last minute, not knowing who's going to be there and who won't.
Turner's 32nd catch of the year. This moves the sticks to the 31, first down at 10. Chestnut probing the middle, and in the second level tackle up to the 23, gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah, and that's, we talked about Tates Creek wanting to get GRC tired. I think GRC's doing the same thing. Tates Creek defense is starting to bend a little bit. It's going to be interesting if they're going to break or not, but this defense has had their tough times this year.
Well, Cardinals go hurry up. They're feeling really good about themselves now, second and short. Play action, and that ball caught far sideline, and squirming up the sideline is a first down, brought down at the 12-yard line, and it's caught by Tate Spade.
Yeah, I tell you what, on that one, if you're Tates Creek, you got to get him out of bounds. But boy, he made a nice spin move and picked up about 8 or 9 more yards after that catch for the first down.
Spade, a third option, if you will, in the receiving game, his 8th catch of the year. And after that missed tackle, he's brought up, and Kobe Middleton comes out to prevent a touchdown.
And what do we say? New players making big plays, pay dividends.
First down and 10 on the fringe of the 10. They'll mark it at the 12 for GRC. Pass across the middle on the slant. Turner again sneaks in for 6.
Great offensive series by GRC. And I tell you what, these players are feeling it tonight. We've got to be so excited for them, no matter who you're cheering for. Down really shorthanded, but a great drive there for 6.
Zayden Turner, 2 grabs on this drive. This his 7th touchdown of the year, and Maxwell put it right on the number.
See them going for 2 here to try to make up for that missed extra point they had last time.
And leaking out of the huddle far side, that's Joey Hill, top of your screen. And Chestnut to the right of Maxwell. Maxwell handing to Chestnut. Around the corner, he rumbles, and he'll be short.
Just short on that one. Again, you wanted to try to get those points back, but you didn't do it. But if you're GRC right now, you got to feel good about how this trend is going. And if you're Tates Creek, you got to kind of regroup right now and go back to what you know.
That play strung out there as we get another glimpse. Strung out by the Tates Creek defense.
Good job there to stop on that. But as you said, this is a nice pass play for the touchdown.
So the Commodore offense, this is a group that they have struggled at times statistically, only averaging 20 a game, and you certainly get the sense this is a very important drive for them down 9 points.
I tell you what, this game has just totally flipped when Tates Creek got that, got the field goal, had the turnover, got a 3-and-out, got the ball back. We're moving again, but then everything changed on that turnover. So as you said, Chris, this is a pivotal drive for Tates Creek. They have got to get something on the board on this drive.
Douth it deep for the Commodores as Turley booming it in the end zone.
Yeah, I think, you with as powerful and as explosive as Douthit is on offense, you don't want to get him a running back, kick run back either. So let him start at the 20-yard line.
Commodore offense for the second consecutive drive perched at their 20. And Siegler positioned to the left with Theo Jones, the back to the left of Witherington for Creek, and Witherington will flip it to Jones, and Jones going to lose about 5 yards. Sneaking around the edge was the defensive end.
Yeah, a great play there. Stayed at home, was able to blow that play up, and Tates Creek were actually lucky. They didn't get a penalty there. They had a block in the back by the wide receiver, but that play right there is so important for the wide receiver to get that block, and he missed it. And as you said, the defensive end just blew that play up.
It was Bryce Chestnut the first to get there, and then cleaned up, looked like to A.C. Spencer with that stop, and it's 2nd down and 15. So Creek going backwards here.
Second straight series for Tates Creek to have negative yardage on the first down play.
9:30 in this opening half. The ball on the short side of the field at the 15. Middleton in motion, and Witherington up in the pocket. He's going to tuck it and scramble, and Witherington slides across the 20s, across the initial line of scrimmage, but about 9 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, on that one, you really, if you're coaches, you want to tell Witherington, you just get out of bounds. Don't take a big hit there. You don't want to get hurt. But as you said, they got it to third and more manageable than they were. But again, GRC is going to be able to pin their ears back because they're pretty sure that Tates Creek's going to pass it on this.
3rd down and 9. This Cardinal defense with a big early takeaway in the quarter by Kamani John. That was late in the first quarter, in for a 70-plus yard interception return for a touchdown. And that has propelled GRC to a 9-point lead as Creek staring at 3rd down and long. Middleton sprinting in motion, and there is a hanky.
Another little wide receiver when in motion, the other wide receiver there looks like Thomas Seeger just jumped just a little bit.
It's a 3rd down and 7. Becomes 3rd down at 12. And Coach Hawks done an outstanding job this season, but there you see a glimpse of what he's trying to do and create some of those fewer mental issues, mental hiccups that really you can't have this deep in the postseason.
Yeah, that's always frustrating for these coaches. You think by this time that those mental mistakes would just be out the door, but it just doesn't happen.
They're down and long, just over 8 minutes in this half. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. Siegler there at the bottom, locked against John. As Witherington going to heave it. He's looking for Siegler down that far sideline, and that will be incomplete. Siegler tossed out, but it will be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he had a little step there, but the ball was thrown out of bounds. So another good 3 and out for GRC. And boy, Tates Creek's going to have to figure this out because you just don't want to give that ball back and let GRC come back down the field and score again. And as you said, that was such an important drive for Tates Creek, and they just didn't get it done.
GRC will send Joey Hill back to punt, and Witherington, as you get another look, heaving that for a misfire. And Castro on to punt for the 3rd time.
He's had 1 positive bounce and 1 negative bounce. So let's see what this one looks like going off his foot.
Yeah, that first punt was knocked down inside the 5. And Witherington backed up deep inside his own territory. Rather, Castro backed up, and Castro, a high spinning kick, a gorgeous spiral. Hill will retreat, and that ball loose on the turf, and a great recovery by Tates Creek, and a tackle all the way back at the 35.
Cooper Jackson, I was getting ready to say, he goes in motion every time, and I'm sure he's getting tired, but that time, boy, he beat him down the field and was able to get that, after you said, a great spiraling kick.
That'll go in the books. About a 55, 58-yard punt unofficially. As GRC offense at their 38-yard line.
Now, Tates Creek's defense has got to make a stand. This is as important of a series it was last time for the offense, and they couldn't do it. The defense, this is an important time also.
Line of scrimmage, that far 38-yard line. Maxwell thus far gone the distance for GRC. Leaving it with Chestnut, and Chestnut ripping it for about 5 up to the 42-yard line.
You know, we were able to see Chestnut play a lot at West, and he did this at West Jessamine also. So good running back right now, finding his holes and making it there.
Yeah, he has become a difference maker at GRC. Outstanding player, over 1,000 rush yards for the Colts at West Jessamine last year. Only a junior and a standout two-way player. Chestnut with the carry again. And nice interior step by the Commodore D.
Yeah, the defense that time was able to close that gap and stop him for no yards, no gain. And I tell you what, that's hard to do with Chestnut because he's a big, hard player to bring down.
That's Jacob Durham, the defensive tackle, 6'3" sophomore with a stop. 3rd down and 5. As we meander under 7 minutes in this first half, GRC leading by 9. Trips to the near side. Maxwell up in the pocket, and he's going to slither and be very close to a first down as he slides down at the 48.
Yeah, they're going to give him that first down. I was afraid he slid a little bit early, but, you know, I'm really surprised that's the first we've really seen of Maxwell just bringing it down and running. He's a big threat. I think you should see more of that.
Maxwell well over 400 rush yards on the year. As you saw pressure around the edge and a key 3rd down pickup for GRC. It was Laquan Newby that had a crack at him around the edge. From the 48, Maxwell rolling left, and he's going to dump it out of bounds.
Yeah, smart play there. Don't take, that would have been about a 10 or 11 yard loss there. Just throw it out of bounds. You're outside the tackle box and get another down to go.
It was Newby with the pressure around the edge again. There you see the maturation of a senior quarterback in Maxwell. And in talking with Coach Cherico this morning, I asked him, what's the difference between your two? And he said, experience. Maxwell, 2 years older, and there you see that experience pay off right there.
Yeah, you do. And, you know, you see this a lot, even in the college games. Some of these quarterbacks just will not get rid of that ball and throwing it an incompletion. It's so huge to be able to do that.
With 6:11 in this opening half. Maxwell quarterback draw, design draw, and Julian there will...
Ball's on the ground.
Grasp him at the 50. That ball sure is on the ground. And Tates Creek has the recovery. Will it be confirmed by the official, though? It will. And a Commodore recovery.
Yeah, when we see the replay, it just popped right out of his hands, right into the Tates Creek for the recovery there. A huge, huge play for Tates Creek's defense.
We're going to tee up the replay as the Commodores with a big, big turnover recovery.
You see it here, a quarterback draw straight up the middle, and then watch the hit here. As he takes the hit, boom, the ball pops up right into Tates Creek's player's hands.
Looked like Julian there forced the fumble. And Tates Creek with sudden change, perched at the Cardinal 49-yard line.
This could be a huge momentum shift.
2 receivers out far. There's a handoff to Marquavian Smith, and it's just tough sledding inside.
Boy, I tell you what, just a great, great job there. I think that was Landon Markham maybe that came in and made a big hit and just would not let him go. He's a little guy playing almost like nose tackle there, but boy, he just did a great job stopping the runner there.
With some success early in this game on the ground, Tates Creek has been limited since.
Yeah, you don't often see a 6'1", 190-pound lineman, but his speed paid off there.
Around the edge, it'll be a loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. Commodores trying to muster some sort of offense. They scored early on a 34-yard field goal, and they've been dormant since. Witherington, there's a little screen, lofted to Smith. Smith sliding across the 50, down to the 48, and there is a penalty.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold from where that was called. There's no doubt about it. Try to let you're trying to let the defensive line get past you so the quarterback can have a nice screen play, but that time he just grabbed hold of him, and the referee was right there to see it.
Outstanding camera work by Joe Ohm-Yellen beneath us to pick up that infraction, and it's now 2nd down and long, 2nd down and almost 20.
Yeah, and on plays like that, if you watch enough football, you don't even have to know what you don't have to see the foul. You just see where the penalty flag was thrown, and that's almost 100% hold right there.
Commodore team going back. They'll have it at their 40. And Witherington on a slant, and that ball caught. That's the first catch by Douthit, and Douthit breaking tackles. An eyelash loose. From taking it further, he'll take it up to the 48.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a whole lot more of that. You've got to get the ball in your playmaker's hands, and that's what Douthit is, the playmaker. So they got to do it again, so you get a 3rd and long, but much better than where you were.
Pickup of 11 for Douthit, his 36th catch of the year. And Witherington on the money as Creek from the GRC 48. Now Tates Creek will have the football to start the second half as well, so trying to string a couple of successive drives together in the meat of this game. 4 minutes in the quarter. And Witherington with the snap, and he's going to gun it, and Siegler catches it for a first down, and Siegler up to the 32 and a gain of 19.
Yeah, great pitch, great throw there. Nice play there by Witherington. Set his feet, got a good throw there for a first down.
Siegler, his 18th catch of the year, so Creek going to their 2 top receivers on consecutive plays.
And I think you're going to see a whole lot more of that. The run game just has not been there for Tates Creek in this first half.
Well, 2 great plays by that offensive line, giving Witherington time to identify his skill guys. 1st and 10 from the 32. Witherington hands to Smith, and Smith springs it outside, and he's going to shovel downhill, and he's going to have a first down as he crosses the first down plane, and he'll be out about the 21-yard line.
That's what those 2 successive throws does to a defense. They can't just load the box anymore, so it opens up your running game. And very great play for Coach Hawks not to listen to my advice, but to do that run play there.
3 great plays in a row for Creek. They'll have it inside the GRC red zone. Well, now what's going on? GRC moving forward. There's
another
a penalty.
Hold.
Tates Creek called. That's a late flag.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think that's probably the reason he was able to spring outside. Well, it was a late flag because you could see where the penalty was assessed from was the spot of the foul, which was almost on the 26, 27-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage now back at the 31. So you look at the spot of the foul, in essence, it was a first down that was picked up, and then the penalty.
So if you're Tates Creek, the one good thing you have going for you is it's another first down.
First down and 13. If you had that on your bingo card, you're a winner tonight. 3:20 in the stanza, and here's a flip the other way. Smith looking for the edge. There is no penalty, and Smith with the stiff arm, and he'll scoot up the near sideline, and he's slung out at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, very close to a horse collar call there. Tates Creek coaches would like to get that, but another good gain on the first down there. You know, they tried that pitch a couple times without much success, and this time they got a good pickup for second and very manageable, which opens up your playbook a lot.
2nd down and 3. You get the sense this is a must-scoring drive for Creek.
Yeah, their defense had to get a stop. They got the turnover, and now the offense needs to put the ball in the end zone.
Theo Jones positioned to the right of Witherington, and Witherington in the gun with Jones now positioned to the left. Jones gets the call, and Jones bounces it outside, and a first down as he churns yards across the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, good job by this offensive line. You mentioned it, Chris, on this drive. They're doing a good job protecting the quarterback and getting their running backs outside. So first down in the red zone. Tates Creek cannot afford not to put this ball in the end zone.
At the 18-yard line, that's Theo Jones with a productive run. So great balance by Creek after the fumble recovery right in the vicinity of midfield. Theo Jones, the back, to the right of Witherington. And Witherington leaves it inside for Jones, and Jones pick up a couple hard-earned yards inside.
Yeah, he was able to get his forward progress there, as you said, get a couple yards. And it's kind of interesting to watch this two-headed running back there, as you said, with Theo Jones. And then you bring Markavian Smith in. It's just different type of runners, so makes it hard on GRC's defense in order to kind of key on one guy.
2nd down and long. Turnovers have been a huge factor in this game. 3 combined takeaways. Tates Creek +1, yet trailing by 9. This drive, the result of their last fumble recovery as we tiptoe under 2 minutes in the first half. And Witherington's going to sling it on a slant, and that ball caught by Bell, and Bell will take it to the 5-yard line, and it's going to be first down and goal.
They've had a lot of success with those slants, and I wasn't surprised they ran it that time. So now you've got the ball first on the 5-yard line, and this sometimes is a tough area to get it in, but I think you would try it first to go ahead and unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams.
Well, that will offset, so.
Yeah. Ooh, that would have been a huge mistake for Tates Creek to have a 15-yard penalty.
So offsetting 15-yard unsportsmanlikes. It will nullify nothing, so first down and goal, the result for Tates Creek after the play. You've had 3 different receivers catch the ball on this drive. Douthit, Siegler, now Bell. You've had both Theo Jones, Marquavian Smith touch it on the ground.
Yeah, and they've had really good luck with those slant passes, so interesting to see what decision they make here on the offense.
Smith to the right of Witherington, first and goal from the 2. Remnants of the half. Witherington taking it, and he'll give it to Smith for a score.
Boy, I tell you what, that was a little RPO, and Witherington almost didn't hand that ball off, but made a good decision to get him in the end zone. And I tell you what, just a huge series for Tates Creek.
Smith, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and Witherington got the sense he wanted to hang on to that one. A very late handoff, and Smith scampers in for 6.
He got the outside to that pylon quickly, and just a great play there by Tates Creek to, as you said, capitalize on that fumble recovery.
Castro, 11 of 15 on extra points this year, trying to reduce this to a 2-point game, and what a big kick this would be to slide it under 3 points. Witherington will hold, and Castro's kick is perfect. We will take a quick break. Be right back. 12:10 on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Commodores respond after the fumble recovery. They trail now GRC 12-10 with 1:21 left in the half. Marquavian Smith in on a 2-yard touchdown rush, and still 2 timeouts for this GRC offense.
Yeah, and Tates Creek just, as you said, they get the ball to start the second half. They don't want to give up a score here. But, boy, just a huge, huge series for Tates Creek.
GRC will send, looks like Davis back alongside Zayden Turner as Castro, a deep, deep kick in for another touchback.
So GRC has 80 yards to go, and as you said, with 2 timeouts, I think they will definitely not just want to sit on this ball, but make a couple plays to see if they can get the ball down the field to get in the end zone or a field goal.
Join us at halftime. We will update you on the first half. We'll have a look at your first half numbers and update the ticker as well. There are lots of games being sent in right now, lots of scores. We will update you on all opening round games here in Central Kentucky. That coming up at halftime. So GRC will be backed up at their 20. Again, 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see how conservative the play calls are here as they're backed up. Don't want to cough it up this late. Maxwell rolling left, and he's going to heave it down the middle of the field, and it will be whistled an incomplete pass. The intended target was Spade.
Yeah, Spade almost had to be the defender there because Tates Creek could have had an interception.
So that's going to stop the clock. Only 5 seconds elapse.
I was a little surprised on that one. I would be surprised if they throw it again. I think this time you just want to take that as much time off the clock as you can.
Yeah, you get the sense that certainly this game going to be determined late into the fourth quarter as GRC and Tates Creek winner will take on the winner of Lafayette and Bryan Station in round 2 next Friday. And Maxwell will hand it off inside, and Chestnut does as Chestnut does, dragging tacklers for a few up to the 23-yard line.
I'm thinking both these coaches are going to just be happy at this point, just kind of go in at halftime. And as you said, having to face the winner of Bryan Station and Tates or Lafayette, that game will more than likely be at Bryan Station.
Third down now and 7. 45 seconds. GRC's going to dump it. That ball really controlled running play as it's dumped short. It will be caught, but up to the 30 and close to a first down.
Yeah, that's going to depend on the spot there. He's right at the 30, and if that's the case, it should be a first down.
Zayden Turner with the catch, and looks like we're going to have a measurement. Or will we? Nope, first down. So the Cardinals at their 30 with 35 seconds left and a whistle. Cardinals with the timeout. We will keep things right here. Still one timeout for George Rogers Clark.
Yeah, there's no need to take those into the locker room with you. You don't get to use them in the second half. So it's one of those decisions. Right now, though, you got to make the decision with 31.7 seconds left. Are you willing to throw the ball down the field with a chance at an interception, but also with a big payoff with a possible score?
They give it to Big Chestnut and head to the concession stand at the turn.
Yeah, because we've both seen Chestnut can break off long runs, and that would be one thing, a safe play, but also a play with a player that can score from right where you are, 70 yards.
Ramon Castro began things with a 34-yard field goal for Tates Creek, rather Emmanuel Castro. I knew I was going to do that before the night was over, mention Ramon, but it's Emmanuel Castro with that field goal. Then we had 2 key turnovers in this game, including a pick-6 return by Emmanuel John of GRC. Back to throw Maxwell, and he's going to dump it. That ball nearly intercepted. Oh, my, nearly picked off. That was Cooper Jackson.
Boy, that would have been a pick-6 there. That right there is the one reason you don't want to throw the ball in this situation because, boy, what a huge play it could have been for Tates Creek. And he had that ball but just could not hold on to it.
Jackson was salivating for 6 as we get another glimpse.
Made the break on the ball and just could not bring it in.
Cardinals at their 30-yard line.
Take it.
3 receivers to the near side for GRC, and an empty set as Maxwell in the gun. And Maxwell facing pressure around the edge. And he's got a wide open player that's caught at the 30-yard line. Wide open, GRC in, Joey Hill.
What a play. 70 yards on the touchdown there. And I tell you what you saw there was you saw Maxwell able to get away from that rush and make a strike all the way down the field.
From up here, Joey Hill was about 15 yards in the clear, and Maxwell able to find him. And George Rogers Clark with the play of the night thus far.
A huge, huge play to end this first half.
We'll take a look at the extra point and then get back to that huge play as GRC leads 18-10. Nice snap, and Turley's kick is up. But back to the big catch for Joey Hill.
Gets away from this rush, spins, and then, as you said, he saw him wide open down the field. And then the speed took over and into the end zone.
So the aggressive play calling pays off for GRC, and they steal a touchdown late in the half.
Just a huge, huge event for GRC and for Tates Creek also. Tates Creek felt good getting the game back close, and GRC has opened it back up.
Joey Hill, 70-yard touchdown reception. Tates Creek staring at some adversity. Again, they will have the football to start the second half, but they licking their wounds now with under 10 seconds in this frame.
I think you just squib kick this to get the half over.
Well, we thought we'd give it to Chestnut and get the half over.
To the concession stand, I think, was our words.
Yes. Cardinals kick off, and Turley will hook that out of bounds. So Tates Creek with favorable field position and perhaps one or two final plays in this half.
Yeah, I don't know that I would take the chance, though. I think I would take a knee here and go in at halftime. But what have I known so far? They've done everything against what I've said, and that's why they're coaching, and I'm up here calling the game.
So Tates Creek will have it at the 40-yard line. First down, check that 35-yard line. First down at 10. Commodores trying to get their first playoff win in a couple of years. GRC, their first playoff win since 2019. So both of these teams been struggling for success recently. First down and 10 from the 35. Empty set. Witherington in the shotgun with Smith to the right, and Witherington going to roll to the right, and he's going to dump it to Smith, and Smith squirms up for a couple. Out of bounds with 3.9. One final play for Tates Creek. Commodores' lone touchdown rush occurring on a 2-yard touchdown run for Marquavian Smith. And if you just joined us, GRC with two huge plays, a 70-plus yard interception return by Kamani John for an early touchdown in the half, and backed up by a 70-yard touchdown reception by Joey Hill. Those two plays the difference, and GRC takes a 9-point lead into half, 19-10. More coverage of high school football when we come back.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by the Jessamine County Health Department. Find out how they protect, promote, and improve the health and wellness of our community. Visit jessaminehealth.org.
Welcome back to Tates Creek High School. Halftime here, 6A opening round of the playoffs. We take a look at the scoring recap of those two huge plays, those big touchdowns for Tates Creek, rather for GRC, the difference in the half.
Yeah, it's, both about 70 yards on both of them, the interception return for a pick six, and then the 70-yard touchdown pass with about 19 seconds left in the second quarter. Just a huge difference.
And for Tates Creek, a laborious middle portion of the half. They did get that long touchdown drive off the turnover, but they do struggle to string consecutive plays together.
They've really struggled tonight and all season, and as we said, their defense had to step up, and right there they were not able to.
So halftime score here, 19-10. GRC on top of Tates Creek. The winner will take on the winner of Bryan Station and Lafayette. Bryan Station leading handily in that game. And we will update you on the rest of the action here in Central Kentucky when we come back on GlyCod.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessaminehealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from GlyCod.
Halftime here at Tates Creek High School. GRC on top of Tates Creek, 19-10. Chris Labar back along with Rick Reams. Jackson Miller, our producer tonight. Joe O'Myellen on camera. Let's talk about a couple of adjustments. Tates Creek, Rick, will have the football to start the second half. What do you look for in terms of a wrinkle or two?
Yeah, I think they had a lot of success with the little slants down the field, and I think that's what they're going to need to work on. And then you can also, if you get more success with that, you can do a kind of a hitch and go, a pump and go on that. But what you can't afford to do is you can't afford to turn the ball over, especially on this first series. We've said this on a number of drives for Tates Creek, but this first series very, very important for Tates Creek to stay in this ball game.
Yeah, 3 turnovers combined in the game. Tates Creek +1 tonight. You feel like for them to win tonight, they need at least 1 turnover takeaway in the second half?
Yeah, I do, and I think the key is also they can't give the ball away again.
Right.
I think they have to be done with their turnovers, and they've got to force a turnover from GRC, because we've seen what a big difference both of those have made. And, I mean, if you think about it, Chris, 2 plays before the 70-yard touchdown pass, that ball should have been intercepted for a pick six for Tates Creek for
Cooper Jackson.
Cooper Jackson had that ball in his hands, and I tell you what, that's what makes a huge difference in these games. It's one little sliver of not being able to get to that ball, and then 2 plays later you get a 70-yard touchdown.
And for GRC, so much has been made about their team. Up against it, really, depletion in numbers with the flu bug. This team, they've come out to play, and they play quite well.
Yeah, and again, you don't know how your team's going to respond. There's 2 responses. One is, woe is us, we can't win, we don't have our players. The other is, we're going to show them that we can win. And I love right now that Coach Cherico, he's got his marker board out on the sidelines over there. He's going through it, telling his teams. He has to be so pleased with the way this game has gone.
This game really turned, and we talked about it in the first halftime segment on that Kamani John interception.
Yes.
Just changed the complete complexion of this game.
At that point, Tates Creek was doing everything in this game. GRC, it looked like they were back on their heels, looked like they were in for a long night. And again, as we said, one play makes all the difference, where GRC was able to get the pick six and Tates Creek couldn't bring it in to get their pick six.
From a Tates Creek defensive standpoint, Logan Julian played quite well, and Cortez Guy with a fumble recovery as well.
Yeah, but if you're Tates Creek's defense, you're playing that right now, bend, don't break, but you can't do that. As we said, they're going to have to get a turnover, and then Tates Creek's offense is going to have to take it in. But right now, you're down 9 points. So if you're in the Tates Creek locker room, you say, okay, these guys, they're shorthanded. They're going to get tired. We've got to just keep on going. But at the same time, I tell you what, your Tates Creek's offense has got to get something on the board and do it quickly.
Take a moment to wish our deepest condolences and prayers to the family of Paul Lawrence Dunbar, former athletic director Jason Howell, all the great folks at that program and the FCPS family. Been a very difficult week. We will take a timeout here, GRC on top of Tates Creek 19-10. Be right back on Glycod.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky, Tates Creek High School. As Tates Creek in the first round of the playoffs was playing George Rogers Clark High School out of Winchester, Kentucky. Tates Creek 10 first half points, but they're down 19-10 to GRC. We'll be right back for the first half kickoff. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in halftime.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessaminehealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
A special thanks to the Prescription Pad and all of our corporate partners on Glycod.com. Chris LeBar back live with Rick Reams, taking a look at the area scores. Paul Lawrence Dunbar on top of Oldham County 14-7 as we see some of these others scroll in. Douglas and Lafayette going different directions this year, it appears.
Absolutely, yeah. Just as you said, just a juggernaut team and a team that's just having a tough year. And I want to kind of second your thing about the Dunbar school. I just feel sorry my kids all graduated from there. Just a tough situation, but glad to see their teams coming out and focused tonight with at least the lead at this point. Has to be tough on those kids to come out and play tonight.
Well, their volleyball program playing very deep into the postseason as well.
They're in the state finals tomorrow. I mean, that's just an unbelievable thing, which tells you what Jason Howe had built there. And I think the best way to remember him is for their teams just to keep on playing.
Boys soccer winning a state championship in penalty kicks over X's. We look at some of these other scores that file in. Lafayette, of course, losing to Bryan Station 41-0. So Bryan Station will most likely take on the winner of this game. You got Madison Central over Henry Clay 14-7. That game pretty well played by the Blue Devils early.
Yeah, I mean, that's a game that I have a particular interest in. Henry Clay is my alma mater, so I'd like to see them do well. Have seen Madison Central play a really, really good team. So surprised that at this point that it's that close. But as we talked about, some of these lower seeds, they can shock the upper seeds.
Douglas 43, Connor nothing at the half. Scott County losing to Cooper 14-7 late in the first quarter. Scott County second in the 5A RPI.
Yeah, I mean, that would be another huge game for them to lose. But as you said, just the end of the first quarter there, so a long way to go.
Pulaski County on top of West Jessamine after 1-12-7. And, of course, you can see the rest as they file in. Boyle County up big. And this second half will continue, or begin, rather, in about 5 minutes with the GRC leading Tates Creek by 9. Will be Commodore football in a monumentally important drive for them to start the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be such an important drive. And, I mean, you just can't stress that enough, how big of a series this is going to be. I know they talked about at halftime you don't want to put too much pressure on your kids, but your kids have to realize that you have to get something out of this drive on this night. And I just want to mention real quickly what a beautiful facility Tates Creek High School, the new high school here. It's the first time I've even driven up upon it. It sits in a different area than the old high school, but boy, top-notch facilities here.
It sure is. Our thanks to Paige Portman, the athletic director, Larry Pointer, assistant athletic director, for their support and allowance for us to stream this game tonight in high definition. We will be somewhere in Central Kentucky in the FCPS system next week for round 2 of the playoffs, so we will set our schedule later this weekend and have everything publicized on social media. Can't wait to continue the playoff march commencing tonight and finishing up at Kroger Field the first weekend in December. And certainly going to be a very interesting stretch of high school football over the next month.
Yeah, I said it before the game. I can't believe we're at this point in the season, but here we are. And as you said, it's just going to be some exciting weeks with some exciting games. As the games go further and further along, you should get more games against teams that are more evenly matched, kind of like tonight's game is. But I'm just excited to see it. And as you said, Kroger Field's the ultimate destination. And, you look at a team like Douglas that hasn't been able to win the whole thing there, been very close, and some other teams that are coming back, Boyle County, trying to repeat different things. There's a lot of storylines that are exciting to see in Kentucky high school football.
There sure is. In 6A, you've got Male. They've made the finals the last 4 years. Louisville Male depleted this year with injury, but they are playing their best football of the year in Louisville. So many compelling stories to be written over the next month. Tates Creek will have the football, a big drive for them when we come back. Second half on the way here on Glycod.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
So Commodore football momentarily. Andrew Witherington will go back to work for Tates Creek. Rick, what'd you think of his first half play?
He had an up and down first half. He made some good decisions, made some bad decisions. We talked about it on the pick six. He just picked out his receiver and just stared him down the whole way. A good defensive back, as we saw with Monty John, able to take that all the way back in. So, but he's handled the pressure well. He came back, lead him on that drive, about a 50-yard drive to get in the end zone there towards the end of the second quarter. But they're going to depend on him to make his arm and his legs and make decisions.
Now, perhaps it's a Tates Creek special teams play that proves huge in this second half. Keyshawn Douthit, certainly a candidate for that, the prolific receiver/returner for this Commodore team, and he's going to get an early crack as he is back set to return this kickoff for the Commodores. It'll be booted by Clay Turley, GRC.
Boy, I tell you what, you couldn't get a bigger play here if you're Tates Creek to get a big return on this. But we've seen Turley's been able to kick it in the end zone every time, and the last kick he kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, both these kickers have pinned opposing defenses back with kicks into the end zone.
I can remember a kicker that came onto this field that didn't have much experience by the name of David Akers that went on, kicked at Tates Creek, went on to University of Louisville, went on to the Philadelphia Eagles and had a great career. His son is actually a punter at Northwestern from family friends of ours. But, kicking has made a big change in this game.
Boy, that is a great example. David, a left footer, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
That ball is hooked, and Douthit can bring it out. As Douthit across the 10, looking for a seam. A nice closing by GRC's Howard Jones for the stop.
Yeah, I think if he would have kept on coming around the outside here, he had some blockers set up, but a good play by GRC's special teams to bring him down there.
Back at the 22-yard line. You can probably tell this better than anyone in this area, but Akers, was he not a candidate or a recruit for UK at that point, or just wanted to go elsewhere?
Actually he wasn't. At that point, Kentucky didn't really recruit kickers. They expected you to walk on, and that's a mistake they made, and I think they've learned from that mistake.
First down and 10. Tates Creek from their 20 to start this half. And Witherington, he's going to float it on the edge, and there's Middleton. A nice creative play call as Middleton will gather it and take it for about 5 to the 27-yard line.
Late flag there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a face mask or exactly what, but that play that came in at the very end.
Howie Boggs, again, the white hat tonight, and that appears to be against Creek.
Yeah, probably a block in the back. Yeah.
We've seen a few of those in the first half, really negating drives.
It's one of those, I know it's hard not to do that, but if you can see the opposing players, the defensive players' number you just cannot touch him. Even if your player gets taken down, it's better for him to get, because they had 7 or 8 yards. Even if it's just a 2 or 3 yard gain, it's much better than getting a 10-yard penalty.
So first down and 22 as Creek again behind the sticks. We've seen a few of those odd first downs and distances tonight.
Yeah, this again just makes your offense have to work a lot harder.
Witherington in the shotgun. This time it's floated forward on a little pass as Middleton scampers around the edge. He'll stay inbound, and Middleton will pick up a few extra yards across the 20 to the 22.
Yeah, good play there by Middleton. He's not going down on that first hit. In fact, they think they were going to try to sling him out of bounds. Stayed in bounds and got 3 or 4 more yards, at least, as you said in the first half, get it just beyond the original line of scrimmage.
An official stoppage.
Got a player hurt.
Actually, it looks like an official's timeout. There is an injury beneath us on the bottom of your screen there. We will take a quick break. Be right back. Second down and long for the Commodores. Live tonight in Lexington.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Like the ailing Commodore limping off the field. Appears to be Antonio. Check that, Antonio Tavares.
Yeah, it looks like it may be a knee the way he was walking. So just again, at this point in the season, you just hate to see. I heard a couple of Tates Creek players who were up here filming for their coaches that both of them had torn ACLs. So just tough time for these high school kids.
Second down and long for the Commodores. Just over 11 minutes in this third quarter. 3 turnovers, the storyline in this game. Commodores +1, and then GRC a 70-yard bomb with under 10 seconds in the half. Here's a pitch, and look like Middleton touches it again as he'll take it for a couple to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, got some good momentum, but then, boy, George Rogers Clark, they're doing a great job of team tackling right now. They're just, one guy's kind of holding him, and then everyone else coming to bring him down, which is a great way to do it. But third and long on this first series that we talked about, Chris, at halftime, that's just so important for Tates Creek.
Third down and 6 on the menu for the Commodores. 10:38 in this third quarter. Oldham County winless on the year at 0-10, hanging in there at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. That game late in the first quarter. Scott County losing as well late in the first quarter versus Cooper. Pass out in the flat. It's caught by Douthit. Douthit needs to advance to the 32, and he won't get there. It's a numbers game, as they say, and GRC forces him out of bounds.
Yeah, just a great job by GRC. I talk about it all the time, but use that sideline to your advantage if you're a defender. Push him further and further out, and there's just no place he can go. And, boy, Tates Creek now, that first series, they're going to have to punt the ball back, and not the way they wanted to start this half.
Nice contained by the GRC Cardinal defense as we get another look. Douthit dancing for no gain. And Castro on to punt.
See if they have Cooper Jackson go in motion again. Yep, there he goes.
GRC back near the 50, set to return. And Castro's kick spinning to the middle of the field. And Hill will elect to watch it bounce and scoop it up at the 30. As Hill will be strung out and takes it to the 34 with a penalty.
Yeah, another good punt there. Just got a lot of air underneath it and took a good bounce back. See what the flag is for.
Oh, there is no penalty. So nullify the inadvertent flag. And it's now first down and 10 for GRC. Boy, how big of a play was that bomb to Hill to close the half?
I'll tell you what, that's just, I think Tates Creek's defense, where it was like you and I, Chris, I think they thought they were just going to go into the half and almost had a sack there. They thought they had Maxwell in the backfield, but he took 2 steps forward, heaved that ball to a wide open receiver.
From the 34-yard line, Tyleek Maxwell gone the distance thus far for the Cardinals. Expected to split sometime tonight at the position with James Davis, but thus far it's been all Maxwell, and he'll leave it for Washington. And Washington probes the 35, and he's slung to the ground to the 37. Gain of about 2.
I think right now GRC's thinking has to be, we've come this far with Maxwell. We have a 19-10 lead. I don't think we need to change anything. So Tates Creek's going to have to force them to make a change. And right now they're comfortable with what they're doing.
On the 37-yard line, under 9 minutes in this third. Jalen Berry, the tight end, in motion. Maxwell's going to dump it on a screen in the belly of Washington, and it's no gain. Read beautifully by the Commodore defense.
Yeah, great play there by Logan Julian on the play. He was able to shrug off that block and just stop it right there. And boy, I tell you what, if you're GRC's lineman, you have got to get him away from your running back on that screen play.
Well, folks in Fayette County know a lot about Julian. He is one outstanding linebacker, only a junior. And it's 3rd down and 6. Maxwell, quarterback draw. He needs 6 yards. And he is going to take it out of bounds for a loss of a couple, and the Commodore defense will force a punting opportunity.
Again, a great job taking him to the sideline. Don't let him turn upfield. He had no choice but to go out of bounds. So now the defense has done their job for Tates Creek to stop GRC, and now their offense is going to get an opportunity. You just can't waste many of these opportunities for Tates Creek in this second half.
Douthit back to return for Creek. He'll be at his 17. Clay Turley on to punt. Perfect snap, and Turley, a short but high kick, and it is very short. It's going to bounce at midfield and roll up to about the 43-yard line.
Tates Creek coaches, we can hear them up here. We're screaming, get away from that ball, because that's one of those that will hit one of the linemen or something and be a fumble. So a good job, Tates Creek, getting away from the ball, but great field position. And I know I sound like a broken record, but Tates Creek has got to do something with this position.
Yeah, no question about that. That a net punt of 24 yards off the foot of Turley. And the Commodores perched at their 45. 1st down and 10. It's 7:50 in this third quarter. Both teams with nothing to show for an early drive in the third. And Witherington leaving it with Smith. And Smith, just not a lot of room inside.
Now, they have had times where they have had a little bit of luck with that run play, but right now GRC is just daring them to throw the ball. And I think if you're Tates Creek, you get another loss of yardage on that play, you've got to start opening up with some of those slants.
They had some success on a late drive in the half with those slants. Hit 3 different receivers. But the inside of that GRC defense, very stout, nice penetration, and appeared to be Chestnut around the edge.
You hear his name a lot on both offense and defense, as we did at West Jessamine.
Oh, boy. 2nd down and long. 2 receivers, including Middleton on the near side for Tates Creek. And Witherington, he's going to gun it across the middle. That ball's caught for a nice gain up to the 48-yard line. 3 yards shy of a 1st down. The second catch tonight for Thomas Siegler.
Yeah, I think that's a good route run by him. Turn and get the ball immediately. Turn, get a 3rd and manageable. But this time again, I think at this juncture and where they are on the field, this is almost 4-down territory. But if you're Tates Creek's offense, let's not make the coach make that decision. Let's get a 1st down here.
6:30 in this third. Still a 2-score deficit for Tates Creek. Theo Jones has had some success running between the tackles. We'll see what the Commodores elect to go with here. Staircase formation to the near side is Witherington in the shotgun. And a slow handoff, very slow developing play in Middleton, about 2 yards shy of a first down.
I tell you what, that was a high snap, and it's just amazing the way a snap can take the timing of a play off. And I don't think Tates Creek has any choice here. I think they're going to have to at least go up to the line for a hard snap count to see if they can draw them off sides. But I think they're going to have to run this play and try to get a first down.
Little indecision on that play, and you can credit Middleton for creating some positive gain. 4th down and a deuce with Douthit at the bottom of the screen. Tates Creek's leading receiver. 2 yards needed to move the sticks. Witherington inside. Handoff, first down, and there goes Theo. And Theo down to the 29-yard line. A blast of 18.
I tell you what, a big play there. You see that happen a lot on 4th downs. The defense is just trying to bomb down and stop that, and they just find a hole and get a big gain. Huge momentum shift or pickup for Tates Creek there.
Jones with his longest run from scrimmage tonight. And the line of scrimmage at the 30 for the Commodores. 7 minutes gone by in this third quarter, and a flag.
Another mistake you just can't make by Tates Creek. You just keep shooting yourself in the foot. You just get a huge 4th down conversion, and now you have an illegal motion and get 5 yards back.
We've seen about 4 of those tonight by this Commodore offense.
You know, coming into this game, you thought if that was going to happen, it would be George Rogers Clark, since they have a lot of their players missing. But Tates Creek tonight just has made some minimal mistakes that I know the coaches are just going crazy over.
Well, if there is a positive, it's still first down. First down at 15 from the 35. Under 5 in this third. 2 receivers far side. Witherington handing it to Jones, and Jones going to lose 2 more. Tackle around the edge by Jesse McQuaid.
Yeah, great play there. Fought off his block and was able to bring him down for a loss. And at this point, Tates Creek's offense is going in the wrong direction. So you're going way back.
McQuaid, his 32nd stop of the year.
If you go to 2nd and 18 here, your play calling, I think, again, you have to throw to at least get half these yards back, because you don't want to have a 3rd and 18 or 19.
Witherington in the shotgun. And Witherington going to set his sights on the right. He's going to heave it across the middle of the field, and that ball is caught down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards.
Jason Bell on the catch there. I tell you what, there's a flag.
We've got a penalty marker back at the 40.
It's like they're going to probably have another hold here because everyone's moving back. I thought maybe it was going to be a roughing the passer, but the way the teams are moving, this is going to be a devastating penalty for Tates Creek.
Sure will be a 10-yard mark off, and that's going to negate a huge 28-yard passing play to Bell.
Well, you got a 2nd and forever now, so just, as you said, a huge play.
See if we can take another look at that in a well-developed play that was set up perfectly. I don't know, guys. That might need Gene Steratore.
Yeah, that's a tough call there, especially where that flag was thrown and where the play was going. That maybe the flag came out later when the official saw it, but I tell you, I agree with you. That was questionable.
And well after the fact as well. 2nd down and 28 from the Creek. Check that from the GRC 48. And Jones, perhaps a little flea flicker, but Jones going to take it across the 50, and Tates Creek now staring at 3rd down and a mile.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout because you've got to talk about this one. I'll tell you what, this is a very, very pivotal play, but it's going to be difficult to do.
So Commodore timeout, still 3:07 in this third. Tates Creek trying to muster something on offense and a big, big drive.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Let's take another look at that last play, and what was the game plan there on this play call, Rick?
I think you're right. I think they're going to run a little flea flicker there, but what you have to do is that first pitch is so important, just totally threw the timing off. 3rd and 29, Chris. I'm not sure what's in your playbook for this play, but Tates Creek, again, we're talking about how important these drives are, and this one has just had play after play where they've shot themselves in the foot, and that last play was another example of that.
So 4-down territory, or perhaps not, pending the result of 3rd down.
Yeah, this is one you have to get some positive yardage, because if not, you just can't afford to give GRC the ball right there at midfield.
Fans beneath us growing a bit discontent and upset, I think, at a couple of those holding calls.
Yeah. And
Tates Creek burning a timeout.
They haven't even seen the replay.
Witherington, he's going to pitch it to Jones, and Jones got Douthit down the seam, and Douthit could not run under it as it was out of bounds.
Yeah, on that one, you have got to throw that ball in bounds and just let Douthit go. That was the same play they tried to run. That was the exact play. They just rolled it out to the other side. But as we said now, on 4th and 29, you just can't take an opportunity here.
So Jones, had he kept that ball in the field of play, perhaps Douthit can run under it. But he was well clear of the defensive back, John. And Tates Creek will send on Castro to pin the Cardinals back.
Well, on that play, it's almost good that the play before didn't work, because that left that one open. But as you said, Chris, you have got to throw that ball inbounds and let Douthit run underneath it.
Castro able to knock GRC back inside the 5 in the first quarter. And this a very high but shorter kick, bounces it to 15, and he's going to do it again is Castro. And Cooper Jackson knocks it down at the 1.
Wow, what coverage. We saw that time Cooper Jackson did not go in motion, but he's definitely their gunner, and he did a great job stopping that ball as, boy, it came very close to the end zone.
So Castro with the second gem of a punt tonight, and Castro knocking it down. They'll mark this at the 1.
So we saw GRC the last time this happened. They went under center, tried to get some running plays to get the ball out of there. And, boy, Tates Creek's defense, sometimes you have to notice that you're going to have to make the play. You're going to have to get the turnover, and you're going to have to get the ball in the end zone, because the offense right now is just not clicking. And that's what Tates Creek needs to think about in this position.
See what the Cardinals do here. Washington is the running back, and he's going to get the call up the gut. He'll take it across the 1 to about the 3, so a couple yards on first down.
Yeah, if I'm GRC right now, I'm thinking about running that fake play, and then we'll just let Maxwell get outside and just use his judgment and try to make a big play there.
2nd down and 8 for, check that 2nd down and 8 or 9 for this GRC offense in no hurry, backed up late in the 3rd quarter. Again, neither team has scored in this half. Cardinals with a 70-yard touchdown reception by Joey Hill under 10 seconds in the 2nd quarter. That perhaps the difference in this game, and a penalty.
That time you're going to have a false start by GRC.
That'll be about a 1.5 yard penalties. It's half the distance from the 3.
Yeah, now you get into the minute penalties here, where you're going to go 1.5 yards, or, 3/4 of a yard and everything else. So,
well, every yard counts. This is Tates Creek defense trying to force a miscue, and boy, would that be huge.
Yeah, that's what they have to shoot for here. You want to make the tackle, but also see if you can't rip that ball out of there.
GRC's preaching ball security in their huddle as Tyleek Maxwell sprints back into the Cardinals huddle.
And he's not going to be under center, so shotgun snap, another chance for a mistake.
Chestnut positioned to the left of Maxwell. Quarterback draw from Maxwell, and Maxwell trying to extend a little range across the 4 to the 5 yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 8.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of call GRC makes here. If you're conservative and just kind of run it one more time. If you get the first down, fine. If not, punt the ball. But have a decision to make. Tates Creek's got a player down, it looks like. Nope, it looks like he's going to get back up.
It was Thomas Siegler that was down momentarily, so both teams will use this as de facto timeout. We'll step aside. 3rd down and long for GRC when we come back on Glycod.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Joe Omielen on camera. Jackson Miller, our producer. Rick Reams along with Chris Labar. 1:04 left in this 3rd quarter, and a big 3rd down for this Commodore defense.
Yeah, they need a big stop here, and that's if they can get that, the GRC will have to be punting out of their own end zone, which is pressure-packed in itself. So big play here for Tates Creek.
Both Washington and Chestnut on the field. I believe for the first time tonight, it'll be Washington with the carry, and GRC conceding this series as they'll hand it off inside and now be forced to punt.
Yep. That's what they decided to do that time, just not make a mistake and see if you can't get the punt off here. And not sure if they're going to have to punt it before the start of the 4th quarter or not. With not having a play clock, we're not sure when it starts.
So it'll be very close here in the remnants of this 3rd quarter. Tates Creek should have ample field position to start this next drive as Clay Turley will be sent on for GRC to punt, and it appears that both teams will switch sides.
Yeah, the back judge is nodding his head. The quarter will end before the play clock would go off.
19-10 after 3. GRC to punt when we come back on Glycod.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Cardinals to punt. 4th down and 5 as we get set for quarter number 4. Winner will take on Bryan Station, who won handily or is going to win handily versus Lafayette. They were pitching a 41-zip shutout at last check. That game will be at Bryan Station next Friday night.
So where Frederick Douglass ended up winning 50-0. I'm sure with a continuous run clock, that game's already final.
Yeah, the only game they've not had a running clock was a forfeit, ironically, to Lafayette. And Turley to punt deep in his end zone, and he's able to get it out of dodge, and that ball is going to be rolling across the 30 to the 34. So a decent effort by Turley, and Tates Creek on a must-scoring opportunity will have it from the Cardinals' 35-yard line.
Yeah, if you're GRC, all you wanted Turley to do is get that ball out, get a clean snap, and just at least punt it, down the field, and that's exactly what he did. So Tates Creek, again, just in dire need of a drive here to get the ball in the end zone. And the difficulty right now is your possessions are going to get less and less, and now time becomes a factor.
Paul Lawrence Dunbar over Oldham County at the half, 28-14. We'll update the ticker throughout this quarter and into the postgame and update you on all of the action here. Round one of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association playoffs. Tates Creek football from the 35 of GRC, first down and 10. And Witherington, three-step drop. He's going to dump it short on a screen to Smith. And Smith downhill to the 25, picks up a block and slung down to the 22, a gain of 13.
Smart play by Witherington there. He looked down the field, couldn't find his receivers, went to his safety valve, which is the running back coming out of the backfield for a first down, a big play.
Like Jason Bell with a nice block to propel the receiver for a few more yards.
Yeah, he had to come back after that and make that block, so good play by him.
First down at 10 from the GRC 20. There's Marquavian Smith. Nice misdirection, and Smith, a nice run up to the 15-yard line.
Tell you what, Tates Creek's offense right now looks like they got a pep in their step. Just two big plays here. They know the importance of this. They just cannot shoot themselves in the foot on this drive as they have the past couple with penalties.
I'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in to Glycod.com. Tates Creek, George Rogers Clark. The winner will take on Bryan Station next Friday night in round 2. GRC by 9. Tates Creek on the march. Second down and 3 inside the Cardinals red zone from the 15. Winner receiver, top to bottom. Bell in the slot. Theo Jones, position to the right of Witherington. Jones with that tote, and Jones will lunge very close to a first down.
Third and very short, which at this point really opens you up to possibly a little slant. We talked about it all night. They've had luck with that. Or if they just want to give the ball on the ground and try to get the first down. But at this point, the coaches would have to make the decision whether it's 4-down territory or do you take the 3 to get this within a 1-score game.
Well, Jones, we've seen him on successive runs up the middle, being very productive. I think certainly this is 4-down territory as Tates Creek, not sure how many more chances they're going to get deep inside GRC territory. They're down and a long one.
I have to hurry. This play clock is getting close.
Witherington in the shotgun. Jones to the left. High snap. Theo with the tote, needs 2, and Theo lowers the shoulder. Second effort has him close to a first down.
It's going to be a tough mark here. It looks like where they've marked it, he's going to be a little short.
Yeah, the linesman whistled him short. Be fourth down and very short as the officials now signal 4th and 1.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tates Creek maybe takes a timeout here.
Yeah, this is a critical play call coming up, and it's worth a timeout for the Commodores.
Man, I think they're going to kick it.
Okay, so
again, you're trying to get this into a one-possession game. You're right, you're not going to get the ball, a lot of possessions, but at this point, if you can put points on the board, but boy, if you miss this one, it's a tough call for these coaches.
Castro is 6 of 7 on field goals this year. This, a 30-yarder, poor snap. Castro's kick is up and through. Great job, young man.
Yeah, great job by Witherington there to get the hold down, and then a great kick to get this to a 19-13 game. So, again, your thinking is, okay, we're going to have 2 possessions anyhow to win this game. So we're going to have to come back. Let's kick the field goal now, see if we can get another stop or a turnover and get the ball back and have one more drive in us.
You were fortuitous there. You kind of thought that was going to be the play call. I don't know about that one, guys.
Yeah, I've watched way too much football to know how these coaches think, and it's not exactly what I would think. But the bigger thought is if you don't get it on 4th down, then you're going to turn the ball over. A big momentum shift, and even there, if you miss the field goal, which there's always a possibility, you're not giving them great field position. So I think that's the thinking that came down into it. Plus the fact you do have to have 2 scores. When do you want to take them? With 8 minutes, 36 seconds left, they decided to go ahead and take the field goal at this point.
So the Commodores will kick off. Their defense pitching a shutout in the second half. And GRC back to return.
I will say the special teams coach for Tates Creek just had a long talk with the kicker. I'm not saying they're going to do an onside kick, but I'm saying you might want to keep your eyes open to the possibility, just seeing what if GRC's front man run back, if they've seen something or not. But it'd be interesting to see what happens here.
So Castro, 2 made field goals tonight. We'll see what the Commodores elect to do on the ensuing kickoff. And Castro spins it very deep. It's going to catapult in for another touchback.
Good play by GRC there just to let that ball bounce into the end zone. And now, again, we've talked about it almost every possession in this half. This is a huge possession for both teams. GRC, 8 minutes, 30 seconds. I think they're going to try to use up the clock, move down the field, not throw the ball a whole lot. Tates Creek's got to get a stop to get their offense the ball back because, as you said, possessions are getting less and less.
Got 3 of the 5 officials conferring at the 25-yard line. This crew will mark it at the 20. Of course they will on that touchback.
Yeah, I hope that's not what they were conferring about. But
I don't know.
If not, they got the call right, so we'll just go with that.
Maxwell in a shotgun. Chestnut in motion to his right. And Maxwell will dump it on a slant. That's going to be incomplete.
Well, I tell you what, that stops the clock. That's just one of those I shake my head on. I understand that, you want to try to get some big plays, but again, you get 2nd and 10 and the clock is stopped there. Tates Creek doesn't have to do anything, no timeouts, no rush. They get to do it. So I'd be surprised if you see another pass on this play. You got to get some positive yardage, stay in bounds, and keep the clock moving.
Zayden Turner, the intended target. And that's a low percentage pass as well.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with that one.
Turn around to the low slot for GRC. 2nd down and 10. Chestnut looking for the edge, and he will not get it. Backside pursuit brings down Chestnut for a couple-yard loss.
Yeah, great play by Tates Creek's defense there. But again, if you're GRC, that's a smart play as far as Chestnut is. If you're going to get hit go down, stay in bounds, move that clock. But boy, this is a huge, huge 3rd down for GRC. You don't want to give that ball back with a 3 and out.
It was Jacob Durham in pursuit. No gain officially. 3rd down and 10. Clock slides under 8 minutes in the 4th. GRC 7-3 on the season. Tates Creek at 4-6.
Well, they gave him a 2-yard loss there, so it makes this 3rd down even tougher. 3rd and 12.
3rd down and a dozen officially. Maxwell, he's going to pass and dump it short, trying to set something up, and a nice shifty run up the sideline, but looks like about a yard or two short of a 1st down. They'll actually mark him at the 27, 4 yards short of a 1st down.
I don't think there's any way GRC is going to go for this one here. That was a good play, but a great play by Tates Creek. Not only to stop him short, but also to knock him out of bounds to stop that clock. I think GRC is just going to send their kicker out. And again, you just want Turley just to get this ball off. Don't have a mistake. Don't get one blocked. Don't have a bad snap. Puts a lot of pressure on Hayden Heath, the long snapper, to get that ball back there. And then you got to make some good blocks. And if you're Tates Creek, you finally want to get Keyshawn Douthwaite in this game, and a punt return could be the huge play.
Well, he certainly has that in his arsenal. Turley stepping into a punt, and it is a gorgeous spiraling kick. Douthwaite will elect to watch it bounce at the 35 and trickle down inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. That'll be about a 55-yard punt.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's one of those decisions that's it's tough to make, but once you made it, he did the right thing. Just get away from the ball. Don't compound your mistake. I think he should have caught that, tried to run with it. But again, Tates Creek, they got plenty of time, 7 minutes, 19 seconds. This is one of the possessions we talked about that they were hoping to get with that last field goal. So now they're going to have to move it all the way down the field, about 87 yards or 77 yards to get a touchdown here.
2 timeouts at the dispersal of Creek. And the playbook open, as you say, Coach, with the balance, the outcome hanging in the balance.
Yeah, this is one of those where you may take a chance to go down the field with one of those literal slant passes and just see what GRC does with it.
Smith to the right of Witherington, who rolls to the strong side. He'll dump it short and Douthit in a seam, and he's going to scoot up the near sideline close to a first down.
And they're doing a smart thing now. They're starting to roll that pocket out, so that way it gives Witherington time to find his receiver. And if you're going to roll out, you roll out to Douthit's side to get him the ball, get him in this ball game for a big first down play.
Well, the short passing really starting to pay dividends. And a nice route there by Keyshawn. First down up to the 32. Nearing 7 minutes to play. Smith bounces it up outside, then cuts inside to the 37-yard line. He'll pick up about 4 yards.
Yeah, and you can see when they have clean snaps and everything, that play is so crisp that he did a good job finding his hole, getting the positive yards for about 6 yards there to make it second and manageable, and again, kind of open your playbook up.
He's second down and 5 for this Commodore offense. Tates Creek from their 34. There's Theo Jones dancing to the near side and well short of a first down. That play blown up from behind.
Yeah, did a great job cutting back. GRC stopped it.
There is a flag.
Oh, boy. That right there, I tell you what, Douthit has been working on that all night if he gets that call on them, because there's been a lot of chirping going on. And it'd be interesting to see if they're going to call it both ways as they did early on or late in the second quarter, or if they're going to call this one.
GRC committing a huge penalty, and that's going to be a first down.
That's one you just cannot lose your head on that one. I know Douthit's been talking a lot. I think that's what's going on, but you just can't let him get that on you.
Line of scrimmage now at the Cardinals' 45-yard line. Andrew Witherington, junior quarterback, trying to lead this group all the way down the field. Round 1 of the playoffs. Winner will take on Bryan Station next Friday. 2 receivers to the near side. Top target is Douthit. And Smith to the left of Witherington. Witherington looking for Douthit down that far sideline, and he's going to drop that football.
Boy, I tell you what, he was right there. A beautiful thrown ball, just did not watch it in. Zayden Turner was back on the coverage there, but, oh, boy, that should have been caught.
Witherington with the pump fake. That froze the DB, and we get another look and just see how catchable this pass was. It was very catchable.
Yeah. And that's where that slant that had worked all night paid dividends, because like you said, a pump fake and go. But, boy, if your quarterback puts it on your best receiver's hands, you expect that to be walking in for the touchdown.
From the 45, second down and 10. Inside handoff. Now Smith will spring it outside, and he'll pick up a couple. Nice backside pursuit. That's Hayden Heath.
Yeah, he did a great job making a big tackle there to make it 3rd and long. So, again, another one of these big plays for both teams. Tates Creek think that at this point with 5:46 left in the fourth quarter that they've got to be thinking of 4-down territory. GRC wants to get another stop here.
Cardinals have had success putting some pressure on Witherington. Thus far, this Tates Creek O-line very sturdy on this drive. 3rd down and 8. Smith to the right and a whistle. And the Commodores call timeout, leaving them with 1. The enormity of this play. 3rd down and 8. We'll be right back.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
3rd down and 8 as we welcome you back. Tates Creek trailing 19-13, 5:20 in this 4th. What's the play call here, Coach?
I think, again, you're going to see him roll Witherington out and find his receiver. But let's remember this, 5 minutes and 20 seconds, Tates Creek had to call a timeout because they were getting ready to get a delay of game penalty. That's going to burn one of their timeouts, and let's see if that really hurts them later on in the game.
2 receivers split up top. Witherington rolling left. Here's the pressure from Heath. Witherington brought down from behind for a huge sack.
I tell you, if you're Tates Creek, that's one thing you just could not allow to happen. I'd be very surprised if they go for it here. I think what I would do is Tates Creek, you've had great jobs keeping GRC back within their own 5-yard line on your punts. I think I would punt this one, but it doesn't look like they're going to go there.
That was Landon Markham on the sack. His 8th of the year, and Witherington held on to it just a little long as precious seconds elapsed with 4:40 left.
Boy, you can't. Tates Creek can't afford to take a timeout here. They got to make a decision quick.
4th down and about 14, and Creek's going to go for it here with 4:28 to play.
The back judge is counting it down, and there it is. It's a delay of game penalty. I tell you what.
Oh boy,
just an absolute killer.
So add 5 to the tally, and you might as well punt at this point, right?
Absolutely. But, you know, that's one of those things. I know the coaches understand this, but that's one of those things that the coaches, you just cannot do that. You've got to get the play in. Now you're going to have 4th and 19. I just think it's a mistake going for it.
On the 45-yard line, Witherington in the shotgun with Smith to his right. And Witherington needs to heave it a mile. And he's going to throw it as far as he can. He's got a receiver, and it's caught a first down.
Hold.
Bell with the catch and a flag.
Chris, I've been watching football way too long. That's the first thing I look for on the field, and there it was, a hold on George Rogers Clark.
Excuse me, on Tates Creek, it appears, right?
I mean, yes, I'm sorry, on Tates Creek. So just GRC was getting pressure, and I know as a lineman you want to save your quarterback, but boy, I tell you what, a huge play for a first down, but it's going to be called back holding on Tates Creek.
Poorly executed on both teams, to be honest with you.
Yes.
You got GRC giving up a huge completion on 4th and 7 miles, and then the hold negates everything.
Boy, just a tough play. The officials were happy, or the fans were happy with the unsportsmanlike conduct on the last call, but they are not happy on that one. And, yeah, Tates Creek has no choice but to punt here.
So they will punt and save some field position. Still 1 timeout remaining for Creek, 4:05 to play. And
clock management was very, very difficult on that series for Tates Creek.
Some disconcernment on the fans beneath us on the Tates Creek sidelines. And Emmanuel Castro's had an outstanding game tonight for Creek. He will punt. And Castro, a low hooking punt, stays in the field of play, and it's going to trickle inside the 30 and be blown dead at the 28. Be about a 42-yard punt unofficially. And GRC football, 3:55 left.
So with 5 minutes, 20 seconds, we had a call that was going to be a delayed game if they didn't call it. And then we ended up with about 4 minutes and 35 seconds. A delay of game was called on Tates Creek. And then, as you said, they had not the perfect play. It wasn't a beautiful play, but they had a pass for a first down that was negated by a holding call. So Tates Creek, we've talked about it all night. They've just been shooting themselves in the foot, and they're doing it now in the 4th quarter.
GRC trying to string a couple of first downs together that likely will prevail them tonight. On the 29-yard line, handoff inside Chestnut. He is brought down from behind. Great play by Durham and a loss of 3.
Yeah, Durham almost beat him to the handoff there. And if you're Tates Creek, this is what you got to hope for. You've got to hope that you can stop GRC here. As you said, probably a couple first downs are going to do it. But GRC has had trouble moving the ball this past couple series. So it's going to be interesting to see if they will drop back and take a chance to pass, or if they're willing to put it on the defense to get another stop against Tates Creek's offense.
Cardinals very deliberate as they shuffle in the play call. Again, this game has hinged on two huge GRC plays, a 70-yard interception return for a touchdown in the first quarter by Monty John, and then a 70-yard bomb to Joey Hill under 10 seconds in the first half. There's a handoff. Washington will stagger across the 30, and it's 3rd down and 10.
And as you said just a minute ago, George Rogers Clark is not going to be in any hurry to come up here and snap this ball. But, boy, this is a huge, huge play for Tates Creek's defense to try to get off the field and get their offense one more chance.
They will hang on to that precious timeout. 2:44 left. And if you're GRC, do you keep this on the ground or go for the gusto through the air?
I think you've had pretty good luck with your defense, so I think I would keep it on the ground. Or I'd even put it in Maxwell's hands, let him decide.
3rd down and 8. Perhaps that's the decision.
Play clock's got to be close here. They're going to call a timeout.
GRC calls their first timeout of this half. A big 3rd down coming up. Take a break. Be right back to Lexington on Glycod.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Third down and 8 for George Rogers Clark. 2:21 left.
Yeah, huge play again. You know, there's pivotal points in the game. That 5-minute mark I talked about, and then 2 minutes, 21 seconds. Can George Rogers Clark get a first down and then be able to run 3 more down to run the clock out and make Tates Creek use their final timeout, which is a big play also if they can do that.
This Tates Creek defense just trying to give the O one more chance. That last drive could not get off the ground with penalties, and the offense wants one more crack on 3rd and long. Maxwell rolling left, and he's going to heave it, and that ball's caught. And then it's a key first down.
No, he dropped it going out of bounds. A great play by Tates Creek there. Kobe Middleton just never stopped on the ball, knocked it out of his hands to make it 4th down.
All the way across the other end of the field as we get another look, and a key drop on 3rd down.
Yeah, just a great play by Middleton to knock the ball out of bounds.
Staying with that play till the very end. And Turley to punt, and Tates Creek's offense will get another shot.
Just 2:15, so they're going to have to make something happen quickly.
Clock resting, though, at 2:15. Douthit wanting another chance to return as Turley's kick high, but short again. Very high. And it will bounce inside the 40 and continue to roll as GRC picks up about 20 extra yards on field position, and Creek will have it at their 30.
Boy, Tates Creek had the kick block on there. All their players came up to try to block that one. As you said, Turley got a very high kickoff, but again, he got it out. The key on that one to me, Chris, is they let that ball bounce, which just the clock keeps moving. So that was an important play there.
2:02 left. Yeah, 13 seconds elapse on that play as GRC punted at the 2:15 mark. Yes. And it will be 1st down and 10.
Got 70 yards to go, Chris. 70 yards for your season to continue. That's how I'm going to look at this. Yep.
Now the offense wanted one more chance they've got at the fans beneath us. Rattling the cowbells, they're up on their feet. Witherington in the gun. He's going to roll to the near side, and he's going to heave at that ball caught by Bell, and Bell lowers the shoulder and picks up a first down up to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, it's a good play. Bell has to realize, though, you don't want to fight for those extra yards. He did a good job, finally got knocked out of bounds, but he has to realize that. You don't want to keep that clock moving.
Bell has had a great game as a third receiver tonight behind Douthit and Siegler. And they'll mark this at the 41 with 1:53 in the fourth.
It's interesting. Witherington has a much, much better throw when he rolls out to his right side. His left side, he's made some errant throws and also gotten sacked. So, although this is going to be the short side of the field this time, it's going to be interesting to see.
2 receivers decked out to the far. 1 to the near is Witherington. Looking for Douthit, and Douthit has it poked away at the last moment by John.
Tell you what, Monty Johns had a huge night tonight. Great play there. Last second was able to knock that ball out of Tates Creek's best receiver's hands.
That ball perhaps a shade underthrown.
He did float it a little bit.
Clock idle at 1:48. GRC scoreless in this half, but hanging on to a 19-13 lead. Creek from their 41. Witherington to his left, and he's going to heave it. And that ball is caught. Did the receiver stay in bounds? That's a completion up to Douthit.
Yep, now you see why he's their best receiver. A great play. Jumped up, caught the ball at the top of his jump, and have 1 foot come down, and that's all you need in the high school game.
He's one of those that makes all the difficult catches. Yep. And Witherington to his left, put it on the mark.
Yep, that time he went to his left, but able to turn his body and get it squared around for a nice throw. So 1:37, the clock's moving, but Tates Creek's on the move.
1:34 left. Again, 1 timeout as Creek goes empty. Can Witherington lead this group down the field for a win? Witherington back to throw, and it's incomplete. He was staring down Marquavian Smith across the middle.
Yeah, I think Smith cut his route off, and Witherington didn't realize that. And, boy, sometimes that's just a recipe for disaster there because that's an intercepted ball. But that time, thankfully, for Tates Creek, that didn't happen.
Not much time off the clock. We'll mark this the 42 as Creek trying to play mistake-free on this drive.
Tell you what takes a lot of time is Witherington's having to run all the way over the sideline to get the play. It doesn't appear like they're calling the plays in, so they got to hurry here because, again, you're going to get close to a...
Middleton now set. Quick snap. Witherington rolling right. Can't take a sack. He's going to dump it short at Smith, and Smith out of bounds at the 42.
Did he get out of bounds?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't. He was shielded by the bevy of maroon jerseys.
Oh, boy. Tates Creek's got to call it.
Well, let's see.
Out.
The referee dropped the hat. We'll see what the indicator is.
Yeah, I don't know if they...
believe they're going to say that Smith was able to get out of bounds.
Okay, the lead official came out. Now they're rolling the clock, so he did not.
Okay.
He just stopped it to mark the ball. So
1:11 left. 3rd down and 10. Again, Creek with 1 timeout. And Witherington's in the shotgun. Up in the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. Get out of bounds. Witherington picks up a block by Siegler. And a first down as Witherington just strolled up the near sideline.
My kids have heard me say this their entire playing life, that you think the game like Witherington did there. You think the game. You know you got to get the first down, but you got to get out of bounds. I just love to see a kid do that. That is so impressive.
The moxie by the junior quarterback, and Siegler on the pitchback block. And Creek at the 29, they still have that precious commodity in their hip pocket, that 1 timeout, but they need a touchdown.
Yep, 51 seconds.
Great to have you here tonight on Glycod.com. Perhaps the best and most competitive opening round game in the area is right here. Smith to the right of Witherington, who's in the gun. And Witherington... and he's out of the tackle box, and he's going to heave it for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kareem Durant, he's done a great job of getting to the quarterback, and he forced that one to be thrown out of bounds. Again, right now it doesn't really matter the distance. You've got to get the ball in the end zone, but you're gonna have to make better plays than that or block better in order to get the ball down the field.
Creek has had success on the slant plays in this half, throwing the ball across the middle, and there's still enough time in the game to do that.
especially with that timeout you have.
Second down and 10 with 45.2 in the fourth. Theo Jones, the back, stationed to the left of Witherington. Bell's in motion to the strong side, and there's movement at the line, and Creek flinched.
Yeah, flinched once again.
Well, GRC, they signaled a flinch. We'll see if Howie Boggs, the white hat, confirms. Oh, it's offsides.
Oh, yeah. What happened that time was GRC tried to move. Referee's going the wrong way. That time GRC tried to get Tates Creek to flinch, and they went into that area you cannot go into, maybe even make contact. So a big call there.
And a free 5. So second down and a nickel.
Yeah, you go from 2nd and 10, and no time runs off the clock, and you get 5 yards. Big play there.
45.2, so the clock stays the same. Same formation. Jones to the left of Witherington. Bell in motion again to that strong side, and Witherington staring up in the pocket, heaves it across the middle, and that ball catapulted and incomplete.
Almost intercepted.
Jason Bell wants a flag, none giveth.
Yeah.
And it's incomplete as Hayden Heath nearly with a Karam interception.
Sure did. I tell you what, Witherington's got to be careful with that ball. Just kind of threw that up high in the middle of the field, and that could have been very easily intercepted. He took a big hit. He's trying to catch his breath right now. I tell you what, that's a tough hit to take.
Douthit, Siegler split out wide, also Bell, so trips to that left side, the top of your screen. And Witherington in the gun, needs 5 on a slant, caught, first down as Douthit slides up to the 17-yard line, a pickup of 11.
There goes that slant.
And the officials will signal first down before the clock resets at 33.2. Again, Tates Creek a timeout remaining. Trips to the near side this time. Witherington to the strong side. He's going to float it, shorten that ball, caught up to the 15-yard line. That was Middleton.
You got to take your timeout here.
And Middleton on the catch as Coach Hawks will call the final Creek timeout.
Can't say this very often, Chris, but I'm sitting next to the most important man in this stadium right now, and Mr. Clock Operator here got his hands on the trigger. That's a tough job to do, so especially with 20.6 seconds to go. But doing a great job here, but boy, I tell you what, I'm glad that's not my responsibility.
So no gain officially on that grasp by Middleton. Check that, gain of 2. So we'll be second down and 8 from the 18.
This really changes your play calls now because you've got to throw the ball into the end zone or out to the sideline, because if you get another pass down the middle of the field, it's going to be hard to run another play after that.
You've got to figure with perhaps 4 cracks from this distance, Keyshawn Douthit has to get a target.
Yeah.
A minimum of a target or 2, but Tates Creek does have other playmakers, but Douthit at his best, a game changer.
I think what I would do with them is I would bring Douthit in for that slant and then have him go to the backside of the end zone, see if GRC can stay with him.
Smith and Bell to the near side. Witherington rolling left. He's going to dump it to the stick, and it's incomplete, intended for Douthit. Be third down and 8 again.
Yeah, so now you have 2 factors. You only have 16.3 seconds, but you also got to think you got to get a first down here. If you don't get a first down and it's fourth down, that's going to be tough. But what I would do is, again, throw to the sidelines like they did that time, or throw it into the end zone. You don't have many choices here.
Again, Tates Creek elected on a preceding drive to kick a field goal on 4th and 1 from about this distance, knowing they needed a touchdown to win. And they still have a great opportunity in front of them. Third down and 8 from the GRC 16-yard line. Cardinal defense trying to make it very difficult for Creek to score. Witherington in the gun. Jones to the left. Witherington heaving it for Douthit, and it's incomplete and a penalty. There is an interference call. It was intended for Siegler.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I tell you what, yeah, Siegler's a bigger player out there trying to throw that ball up, and that's exactly what you want to do. Make the referee make that call, and that's what they made.
It was James Davis on the apparent interference.
No one's making a call. They're not spotting the ball anywhere. Everyone's trying to figure out what's going on.
Howie Boggs says it's holding. So 5 yards. That's a big difference. It's not a 15-yarder on pass interference. It's only a 5-yard holding.
Yeah, it does come with the automatic first down, but as you said, that's a big call. Oh, not an automatic first down.
No, it's just a 5-yard mark-off. So 3rd and 8 becomes 3rd down and 3 in a GRC timeout. We'll keep things here to clean it up, but because it's not a pass interference, that is a critical penalty.
I tell you what, if you're GRC, you didn't want the penalty, but if you're going to have the penalty, like you said, much more important to get a holding than it is to get the pass interference call in the end zone and get the ball at the 2-yard line.
So 3rd down and 1 officially from the 4.
Your problem right here is you cannot – I'm not sure you can take a chance on running the ball. So you're going to have basically have 2 downs to get the ball into the end zone with only 11.8 seconds and no timeouts left. So I think you got to throw the ball in the end zone twice. Are you gutsy enough to run an end around or some type of trick play? That could happen too. I'm not sure.
2 huge plays in the first half thus far. The difference in this game, a 70-yard pick six for Kamani John for George Rogers Clark. Then a 70-yard touchdown reception by Joey Hill on a busted coverage with under 10 minutes in the half. And thus far, those 2 plays have held form for GRC, trying to hang on. Tates Creek dropping anchor at the Cardinal 4. It's 3rd down and 1.
This is what everyone has come for.
Witherington directing traffic. Now Douthit and Smith will switch positions. The snap to Witherington leaves with Theo Jones. Jones dragging tacklers forward. He's going to get a first down.
They got to stop the clock. You got to come up. You got to spike the ball right here. Tates Creek has to be ready when they set the ball, and here they go.
Witherington with the snap. He'll down it right there at 5 seconds, so 2.4 elapse, leaving us with 5 seconds left. It's 2nd down and goal.
I tell you what, this is going to be tough because you're going to have to throw the ball in the end zone, and you got to do it quick. 5 seconds for 2 plays is possible, but it's not going to be easy to do.
Great job by the timekeeper to your immediate right. So 2nd down and goal for Creek from I think about the 5.
If I'm Tates Creek, what I do is snap it and let him throw it immediately, try to get one more play in, but boy, this is going to come down to the last second.
Witherington in the gun. Across the middle. Touchdown! Tates Creek, Keyshawn Douthit.
Okay, so we have a tie game. Now it's going to come down to that extra point that we talked about. Witherington took a huge hit, which could be interesting play on the extra point here.
That play developed. Witherington putting all his eggs in Douthit's basket, and the senior delivered. 1.3 left, and Castro on for a tie-breaking point immediately after a GRC timeout.
Yeah, we talked about that slant, and that's what they went back to, that slant, and we knew who it was going to go to. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that's who had to get the ball was Douthit, and he broke open a nice throw, even though, I tell you what, Witherington, he got waylaid after that play, and he is the holder on the extra point, so you want to make sure his mind is in there, and then you got to get in there and get that extra point. And Tates Creek is 73% extra point this year, so this could be a big play here.
Ishmael Simmons is the long snapper. Witherington Cobwebs in tow will hold. Yeah. And Castro trying to send Creek to round 2. GRC configuring their line.
As the official hasn't started the clock yet, so they have time because you know GRC is trying to get the block here.
Castro on. And Castro's kick is in! And Tates Creek leads.
There it is. I tell you what, we said it would come down to that. That first mixed extra point was a big play, but boy, that time he calmly and coolly. Witherington is limping off the field. He's the one that should be carried off the field. But boy, what a huge, huge play by Tates Creek. And Chris, good call on having this game on tonight. You made the wise decision. Best game I've seen in a while.
Keyshawn Douth had been quiet much of this game. In the second half, he made some big plays, none bigger than the touchdown with under 2 seconds left. And Witherington for the patience, Rick, for that play to develop.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get hit, but he had to wait for his receiver. And not only that, Chris, but really that game was going to be over had he got that incomplete pass. But, you know, it's always the statement, big players make big plays at big times in big games, and that's what happened right there.
You go back to that scramble for Witherington as well on that drive, and just a huge, that young man leading his team on a 70-yard drive. In GRC, they're going to set up some form of trickeration on this return. And Castro will have to kick it away one more time. And what a pressure-packed fourth quarter for Castro. Made that timely field goal on a must-have field goal on the preceding drive. And a lot of big plays by this Tates Creek football team in the final 5+ minutes of this game.
Yeah. And Tates Creek coaches right now, they look like they made the wise decision to go for that field goal and then score with a second. 1.3 seconds left.
Castro will angle it out of bounds. So GRC, one more play. They'll have it at their 35-yard line.
And as you said, the trickeration will begin here. This is one of those plays you don't really talk about. You don't really practice a whole lot, but you do practice it some because you knew that this time may come. And I tell you what, this is the time to whatever trick play you have, because if you don't get this one, you're going home for the year.
Well, their defense, a much controlled environment for Tates Creek. They can control the defense. Special teams, perhaps too many odd things can happen in a live ball situation. And GRC will need a lot of good fortune on this final play. It's been a privilege to have you here tonight on Glycod.com.
Yeah, and if you're Tates Creek, you put your players. I wouldn't even put them where they are. I'd at least have one at the end zone just in case something strange happens.
Tates Creek, likely opponent, Bryan Station next week. Creek fell to Station earlier this year. However, they were down 21-19 with 6 minutes left in that game with the ball. So this Commodore team feels like they can hang with their neighbors, and they're one play away from getting that chance. Now, what do you do here, Ricky? You dump it short and then lateral?
Yeah, that's what I would do because they're not going to be able to throw it far enough to get it to the end zone.
Maxwell in an empty formation. Rolling right, he's going to heave it, and that ball is incomplete, and that's the end of the ball game. Creek in jubilation, their first playoff win since 2020.
Just a great high school football game. This is what high school football is all about.
This Tates Creek team with a tremendous gut check win, and they're going to move on to round 2 in GRC. A very difficult week for them, so much issue with a healthy roster, but a great effort by the folks from Winchester.
Yeah, GRC does not need to hang their heads at all. It was a tough game, and honestly, no one really thought they were going to be in it with all the players they were missing. So just a great atmosphere, a great game.
Creek by 1, the final in Lexington. Will reset the table in just a moment on Glycod.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their state-of-the-art showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Or shop online at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Keyshawn Douthit, another look, Rick. 3-yard winner, 2 seconds left.
Boy, this is the play they wanted. And you see him breaks open right there, makes the catch. Then they kick the extra point, and they're a winner. They keep on playing. They send GRC home for the year.
GRC led 19-6 at the half. Tates Creek with 2 touchdowns, at least 14 points, rather, in the second half. And Creek, a 2019 win. As we take a look at your scoring recap, and GRC doing a lot of good things in the first half, but couldn't get anything mustered in the second.
Yeah, you got to give Tates Creek's defense a lot of credit for that second half. They came back and they were able to stop them, keep them scoreless, is exactly what they needed to do. And we talked about it series after series when Tates Creek's offense couldn't do anything. We kept on talking about the defense has to make a stand here, and that's exactly what they did. And then they finally got the ball that last drive, as you said, 70 yards to score with 1.8 seconds, 1.3 seconds left, kick the extra point and win the game.
And the mental strength, because what happened to them to close the first half, that huge play just took all the air out of their sails, but a great response by Coach Hawks and his Commodore team.
Yeah, and that's what these coaches did. They had to build their kids back up at halftime, especially their defense. They said, what you would tell your kids is, look, that was a fluke play. We had him for a sack. We kind of lost containment in the back, and they got that 7-yard touchdown, but that's not going to define us. And I tell you what, it really didn't. A great night for Tates Creek football.
What can this program gain from a win like this?
Oh, it means everything, because what it is it proves to you that you're always in the game. It proves to you that you are on that next level of teams like we talked about tonight. You want to separate yourself from some of the lower echelon teams, and you can't do that without a victory. And I tell you what, just to see Tates Creek come out and do that, and I think we can't go on without talking about what a huge hit Andrew Withering took to make that pass. He knew he was going to get hit, but he made a beautiful pass to get that score. And so just a huge night for Tates Creek. And I think you're going to see this program from this point, mark this down, this program will go up from here.
Castro, 2 big field goals, and he did a lot of things, some of those hidden yardage plays, but monumental in this game.
Oh, absolutely. You know, he had 2 different punts that they down with, one at the 3-yard line, one at the 1-yard line. I mean, it's just things like that, special teams play that makes such a difference. And to have a kid that can punt like that and then can kick, get your field goals, and then go ahead and get that extra point. And I tell you what, that was going to be a key to our game. What do you do with the extra points? And bad snap on one. They missed it to get only 6 points. But they came back and then they did it, and they got it. Actually, that was GRC that had the bad snap. And you know what? The score is 20-19.
Yep, that odd point. A huge difference in this game. Tates Creek on to round 2. They will take on Bryan Station next Friday night. Take one more break. Be back for our Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Players. Have that for you in just a moment on glycod.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessaminehealth.org/wellness.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back to Tates Creek High School. The final score, Tates Creek leading and winning over GRC 20-19. Now for the most outstanding players, presented in part by Elite Building Products. For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building, located at 242 Wilson Drive in Nicholasville. And we really struggled with both of these.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players you could go on and say, you know, they were the most outstanding players. But I think two of the players that we came down to, I think we made good decisions. For Tates Creek, first of all, I think Andrew Witherington, he just made some big plays, made that big play at the end of the game, getting hit. I think we don't need to forget the fact that he's the holder on extra points and field goals. He got the ball down on that one bad snap, so made a great play on that. And then if you go over to GRC, they had a lot of players, but I think I'm going to go with number 4, Monty John there, had that 7 70-yard pick six play, which we're seeing right here in the first half, which was just a huge play, made that cut there, got the ball to the end zone. But in the second half, we saw him making so many defensive plays, knocking balls down and everything else. So he had a great game. So I think two very deserving players.
Elite Building proud to support tonight's most outstanding players on Glycod. And the other end, this play will live in Tates Creek lore for many a year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of people that say they were here when they weren't here. But yeah, this is going to be the one that if you see this program go on the trajectory we think it's going to go on, this will be the play they'll come back to. Just a great play by Tates Creek. A great game, great call by their coaching staff. Made some tough decisions, but those decisions ended up being right.
Take a look at our tentative schedule in round 2 of the playoffs. The same crew will be at Frederick Douglass. They will host Covington Catholic or Great Crossing, and South Oldham at home, also Male and St. X likely next week. So that'll do it for us tonight live here in Lexington, Tates Creek High School. Our great crew presented in part by Elite Building Products as well as the Jessamine County Health Department. Joe O'Melion on camera, Jackson Miller, our producer, Steve Bird, our executive producer for Glycod.com. For Rick Reams, I'm Chris Labar. Good night from Lexington. We'll see you for more high school football next week on Glycod.com. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football. R.J. Corman Railroad Group in Nicholasville, serving the railroad industry since 1973. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agents Sean Atkinson and Kyle Rowe, big on commitment. Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. The Jessamine County Health Department, jessaminehealth.org. The Prescription Pad, your local pharmacy in Nicholasville. Elite Building Products, for all your window, door, and siding needs. CHI St. Joseph Jessamine. And Citizens National Bank.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com. Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.